It's like, here's our guest, and then I choke right in front of
There
him.
we go.
Hey, here we go.
Yeah, welcome everyone to Dice Sagas. So what we have, we've got basically we're going to go through the Warhammer Fest. We're going to do a bit of hobbying, and also we're joined by Sean. So he's actually from All Ages Geek. So Sean, do you want to give us a quick intro to yourself, what it is your channel does, and your plans for the future?
Yes, as Christian over here said, my name is Sean. I'm actually one of the content creators and also a content manager over at All Ages of Geek. We're actually a multimedia, so we actually have our own website as well as a YouTube channel. We make YouTube videos, we make podcasts, articles, and we have a heavy focus on interactivity with other creators such as the guys here at Dice Sagas. And I myself am actually a huge orc fan, and it's actually a very big honor for me to be invited by these guys. So thank you, Christian, thank you, Matt, so much.
No, it's a pleasure. Honestly, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, so, and I actually forgot to mention this. We're branching out into Warhammer content now. We have a lot of content with video games, anime, reactions. And now we are branching out into the world of Warhammer. So that's something definitely to look forward to. And our first big episodes drop next month in June. And we have a trailer coming on the 15th. So you guys can look forward to that.
So everyone, keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're not subscribed to them already, go over, subscribe. Honestly, great folks. We've got Praise of the Dice God and Alejandro joining us saying, hey guys, and
hey,
hi guys.
What's up?
Yeah. Welcome back.
Hey guys. Oh, okay. So it like pops up on the bottom left right here because I have it on full screen.
Yes, I have the God-given power.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
I pick and choose. Yes.
Here we go. Yeah.
So the agenda today, we're going to go through the Warhammer Fest, some of the releases, also the videos you can see on the screen at the moment. And we're going to basically give our opinions of what we think. And yeah, let's go from there. So we might as well get cracking on. After that, we'll then go into a bit of hobby inside of it. And yeah, we'll just obviously do a bit of chit chat. And yeah, for those folks who join us usually, you'll know what to expect. So let's get cracking on with the Broken Realms Kragnos.
Let's do it. I was about to say, I'm like, you got to full screen that bad boy.
No, I mean, don't worry about that. At least 8 cents.
When I was watching, I'm like, who is this guy? And then he said greenskins, and I'm like, what? There we go. I sent the link to my friend.
Oh, that's one.
Christian. Yeah, Christian is a tech priest. Time for my first drink that I will drunk for the stream.
Pretty cool, I've got to admit. I mean, I do. Yeah, this guy, because he's not from the world that was, from my memory. And so
yeah, who is this guy? Because I'm like, who is this dude?
So yeah, he's like a demigod. Apparently, he's a race that once existed in the Age of Myth, even prior to that as well. And he's like the only survivor of their race. Basically, it's like, imagine like a Titan.
Yeah. I'm just hearing him and he's just talking shit. And I'm like, man, I like this guy. And then they busted out with the model and I screamed. I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
What the and keep in mind you, I'm more new to AOS than 40K. So it's easy for me to like look at the screen and see a reveal and not really know what the hype is for, who this person is. But I felt that kinship.
Oh,
That
very
kinship.
much.
Looking at the model itself is so massive
I
and
know.
impressive looking that you don't need to be
God
a fan
damn.
of Warhammer, but you can see it and it looks
I
impressive.
know.
That's
Can you imagine that bad boy on your shelf? Shit.
gonna
Not
need
on
a
the
bigger
shelf only. I
shelf.
mean, I'm going to have him on the table with my ogres, and Matt is going to appreciate the.
That's gonna be.
I want him in Be'lakor, man. I want him in Be'lakor. For
Imagine
real.
that.
I saw Be'lakor and I'm like, shit.
That battle. Oof.
Oh god, man. Cause probably a
Yeah,
Titan style
probably
demigod.
is a-
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Titan style demigod.
They said on the stream that he's a 2-up save. I'm like, oh my god.
2-up save,
What the
and I'm just
shit?
like, and he has this ability when he charges as well, causes like earthquakes or something like that. So it's
so funny.
It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, not gonna enjoy fighting that thing.
Well,
I'm gonna put it there before I move it, and after I move it, I'm gonna do this like that.
I tell you what, though, because me and Matt had a game recently as well, and I used my ogres for the first time, hence this wonderful T-shirt at the moment, and yeah, that was opened my eyes to the possibility of destruction. I was like, oh, so good.
Hungry boys are hungry.
Hungry boys are hungry.
Hungry
Golly, man.
But yeah, this guy looks incredible. We had this this member of the community on Instagram, and she's going to include it in her Auric army, which is going to be very cool. And she's thinking of painting it kind of with a hint of green in the skin as well to reflect the Aurics. And I was like, oh, that could look incredible. That
I'm thinking like kind of like this, but have kind of a dark greenish highlight to it. You know? Maybe I'd do something like that.
Oh yes, definitely.
It's all the quirkiness.
It just looks incredible, right? So, I'll just play this little trailer.
Yeah, this one fucked me up. This one broke me. I was like, oh shit! Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
So, 2+ save. Yes,
yep.
Indeed. 100.
Yep.
2+ save. Apparently it's a reflexive
God, when I
shield.
saw this, whenever, bam, there it was, I was like, oh shit! That looks so good.
It looks incredible. I mean, look at that.
Yeah. And also, it took a moment to study the B-roll that they shot here. It's like they do a down, they do a side, and then they do a quick spin right there. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And then it's still spinning while it goes up and down. Little stuff that I can use for my show and not you guys can do. Just study the professionals, man. That's how we get better.
Oh yes, just the chanting as well there. It's like, oh, I felt it. Oh, that's incredible.
Man.
To be honest, though, Destruction do need this, because when you think about the other factions, they have like Nagash, Alariel, they've got Teclis, they've got Archeon, so Destruction really needed a kind of a godlike level, if you like.
Yeah, it felt
it's
about
like,
right.
Oh my god, dude. Oh shit.
I mean, aside from the big, what was it, Gorkadrak?
Yeah.
Aside from that, that's the only big-ish model. Like, aside from, that's the only big model I can think of.
Soulbound. What is that?
Soulbound, right? Soulbound is obviously D&D. So Soulbound is the Age of Sigmar equivalent is how I'd best describe it to people who are not familiar with it. And Soulbound is something which me and Matt have discussed, obviously off the channel and on the channel, and we would like to do it, and it's something we would love to do in the future, and it's definitely on the cards. And we will be looking to invite, obviously, people like yourself, Sean, and others around.
Yes, that would be great. I'd love
this
that
kind of thing. So yeah, it's definitely on the agenda, and yeah, so keep your eyes peeled.
I always pick like chaotic and neutral or chaotic good characters. Like on one of the D&D, so we on All Ages Geek we also cover D&D, and we have something known as Dice Sesh, and it's a show where they kind of give like D&D advice, but we're also doing a one-shot that's going on right now with them. And there was a bit where and one of the off ones that we're playing is in Icewind Dale. I did this thing where I was an orc, and I'm an orc that I call myself. My orc name, my half orc name is called Goff.
Fair play.
Goff. It's called Goff. Yep, you guys get it. So I did this thing where this deer, this elk, kind of walked up, and I kind of roared at it, and then it ran away, and then this big fuck off one came in, and it's like, you were bullying my son. I go, oh shit, I wasn't bullying your son. I just wanted him to get away from the fire. And he's like, I challenge you to a duel. So I'm like, all right, bet, let's go. And because I'm an orc, and I kind of go off 40k orcs, I'm like, it's a fight. Roy, it's a fight. Let's go. And
Right.
I won 2 out of 3, so I got him on the first one. He got me on the second one, and then I got him on the third. And I ended up getting a wooden, like a crown made up of elk horns. It was the coolest fucking
That
thing.
sounds awesome. That sounds
Yeah.
I love how orcs universally sound like that now.
Oi, I practice me orc voice. All that mucking about. Whenever I call it on All Ages of Geek, I call it the green button. So someone wants to hear me talk like an orc, or if they trigger it, it means someone hit the green button. So they're like, hey, Sean, green button. And then they're like, Roy, who hit that green button thingy?
That must be so rough on the throat, though, isn't it?
Right,
That's why he's got his drink. Needs must.
Right, I got my drink. Well, I actually keep it out of the throat. I keep it up here. Roy proper. Because you go, whoa, Roy proper. So if I keep it down here, yeah, the war boss, yeah. And here's why I've been practicing, because I got plans. Eventually, I want to film a battle report. And in the battle report, I want to film little skits of the minis. So, for example, one of them is Gaskell's his special, which is keep the boys in line. So he damages one orc so they don't lose morale. So what happens is I'm going to film a little skit with the minis where there's a couple of boys here, and one is like, boss, we've got to retreat. And then Gaskell turns around and says, what did you say, you Zogan git? And then it cuts between little clips of him just beating the shit out of this orc. You'll have him like stomping on it, and then he's like, he throws it against the wall, and then he just cuts to him shooting it. And then there's another cut where he's just on the floor and you see smoke, and the orc is like, and then he turns and he goes,
Sounds good.
you other boys want to run away. And I'm going to record multiple orc voices giving different responses at the same time. So you'll have one saying, no, I's good. Boss, they shooting at us. And one orc is like, that was a proper smacking boss. It's just so funny. Have you guys seen The Emperor's New Groove?
Oh, no.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
Yeah, so you know that scene where Yzma is like, anyone else want to leave? And you hear all the voices like, no, we're good. It's kind of like that, but with orcs. Yeah, and it's one of the reasons why I practice with orcs, because I want to voice act these characters in the battle report. So,
to be honest, it's kind of after our own little thing there. We obviously, as you know, we do obviously the narrative battle reports and stuff, and it's something whereby we obviously do the similar kind of thing. So we do the narratively told battle reports, and we also do the voiceovers as well of each character.
Which I was so impressed by.
And all that kind of stuff.
Because when I saw that,
what was that?
When I saw that you guys made that and y'all voice acted it with it, I'm like, man, that takes guts, man. That's that extra effort. You know? I mean, when y'all do it yourselves, I thought that was really kick ass, you know, and that's kind of what I want to do with my own battle report. Yeah. Like after those stupid ass plays where you roll nothing but ones and whatever in those crazy moments. You know, and because sometimes it happens. There's like one lone spaceman that survives a fucking tank.
Yes.
And wouldn't those be hilarious if they were just cut into skits, and then you kind of make a skit out of this ridiculous thing that happened?
Exactly.
I think that would really add to the battle report, and that's something that I want to do.
So I was going to say, going back to some of the questions. So he looks, Alejandro is saying he looks amazing. I was expecting him to be a beast of chaos. Yeah. So I wasn't too sure. I was still on the fence in terms of which alignments this guy at Kragnos would relate to. I think Matt, you did say you'd actually relate to more.
I thought he looked like destruction. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was thinking like he'd be like the precursor to like a full like a centaur faction kind of thing. But
instead of
that's what I thought. I thought he was a beastman type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Having said that, though, it does look cool regardless. But he comes with two heads, doesn't he, as well? So he's got the one with the mouth open, one with a bit of a clenched.
I mean, could you play this guy with beastman?
No.
You could proxy this.
Well,
I mean, if you want to do it narratively, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly that.
So all the beastmen. I need to make more DACA boys because I did a count and I'm two sluggers, 2 chopper boys ahead of a DACA boy. Need myself some more DACA.
Go for it.
Can never have enough DACA.
You can never have enough DACA. DACA should be my alarm clock, dude. Just wake up, machine gun fire. Like time to get up.
So basically, he's coming out of the Broken Realms, isn't he? So he's got his own standalone book. Well, not a standalone book, but he's got his Broken Realms faction as well. So that's pretty cool. And I think Ilariel's going to use War Scroll as well, which is obviously going to be awesome for those guys. And they've got a new model coming out too. So it's just going to be great to see the story of obviously the Age Sigmar and the realms progress through these installments. Matt, Sean, I'm not sure. How many more do we have of these? I don't think I caught that. Is this
the last one?
Is this the last one? Yeah.
I'm kind of curious as to when it's going to come out, though. Because, I mean, the last 2 came out so quickly. They were, like, within a month of each other. But, like, I don't know when this one's going to come out.
I don't think it states it, does it?
I don't think they've revealed it yet, no.
No. But either way, cannot wait. So, well...
That's going to look so good on my table, man.
Well, I was going to say, we'll check out some of these miniatures here anyway. So we got the Witch Hunters. So these have already been shown before as well. But these Witch Hunters just look awesome. Absolutely awesome.
I like the aesthetic.
Yes.
I feel like the father one looks different from the last time we saw him. Is it because he's holding a torch? Was he holding something else before?
He's the father one. Is
the one that
doesn't look the daughter one?
Yes. This is how I classify things.
Yeah, the father one.
Totally.
So it's this Subsurd.
The father of the group.
Soulbound is releasing Champions of Destruction and Champions of Death book soon. Ooh. Sounds like it would be a good thing. Yeah, for sure. That sounds awesome.
That's kind of cool. Wait, I thought like Soulbound was like purely surrounded by surrounding like a order faction people, because it's a kind of like pretty much good guys basically.
Yeah, it's because it's part of the whole Sigmar or through the whole finding.
So how are they going to get destruction or death guys in? I wonder. That's interesting.
Well, that sounds awesome.
We'll see.
Wouldn't he be a giant? To be honest, it could have been. I've seen Third Arc. That was from a question well back in chat. So totally misplaced where that question would fit.
What Kragnos probably about. I mean, Kragnos looks like.
I would imagine so, yeah. But he is a beast, though. Probably about the same height.
He is quite literally a beast.
Yeah.
Do we get a comparison about him with anyone else? Like, I think they said that he's eye to eye with like Mega Gargants, but like,
not
is there
really,
a model?
I think it's because I've seen that video that we just watched. They do have like him next to certain other miniatures. So I think his the Boar Rider. He is pretty big though.
Did you hear that bit on the stream where this dude said that someone commented that he was the centaur?
Oh,
the centaur of attention.
Centaur of attention.
I was like, shit. That one today. The centaur of attention.
We'll briefly go over Lord Croak. So Lord Croak, again, he looks pretty sweet.
That is an advanced model. That's like pro painter model.
It's incredible. I mean, for me personally, he was like one of my very first miniatures back in fantasy days. If we're talking over 20 years ago. Yeah.
Man.
So we're talking a long time ago. So
my first bit was actually the Battle for McCraig box set, and I only was able to paint like a couple models. I was still a kiddo, and There was a hobby store next to my house, but I was too young. But yeah, it was the Battle for McCraig, and I wish I knew where it was, but it disappeared. And now, for the first time in over 14 years, I finally started painting orcs. And I'm now painting orcs for the first time. I'm gonna grab my first orc model I painted in 14 years. It's actually right over here.
Go for it.
Fall back in my chair. I don't have a lot of room where I'm at, so here it is right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, decent.
Pretty sweet. Yeah.
Let me just do that for you so you can give it more light. There we go.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah, great. You've done a good job in the skin as well.
Thank you. I actually went back over the skin. It was like that. And here's the updated version that I actually got Oneris to do an illustration of. The updated version.
Oh,
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well done on the weapons. It's a nice effect.
Thank you. I had to look at the camera just to keep it in focus. There we go.
Yeah, no worries.
Right, because I look at the
Square
screen and
them
keep
back as
messing up. So this orc is actually based off of Kratos from God of War. I don't know if you could tell by the red marking right there, and the red marking right here.
I like that.
And you can see the chains. Yeah, the tattoo.
Nice.
You can see the chains on the choppers, and you can see the choppers have fire, like flame illuminating from it.
That's cool.
That's
See
awesome.
that? And then there's a little Grot Mimir right there.
Oh, I love that.
I love those models.
Yeah.
It's so much.
Yeah,
so
I
so,
love
much,
it.
so much fun. So much fun.
I love it. Yeah, dude. And I got Corey Barlog, the game director of God of War, to actually like the tweet that I shared the work
wow,
on.
nice.
That's
It was so cool, dude.
Oh,
And
that must have felt great.
oh, it was amazing. And I got Oneris, who's a professional illustrator. He actually has made illustrations for GW, and he actually illustrated it. He made a drawing of it, a painting of it, like a
That's
digital
cool.
illustration.
That's awesome.
It's so cool. I'll link it to you guys later. But it was super, super cool.
That sounds
And-
awesome.
I've noticed on your channel that you have like a. I mean, you guys do a lot of anime stuff, so you guys have a lot of
Yeah.
animation and a lot of like artwork on there, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, dude. We cover pretty much everything under the sun with geek culture, and this Death Dread is the first Death Dread I painted. It is one of. This is the one that has a video behind it. That's going to be coming out in June.
Cool.
The trailer for it will be releasing this month on the 15th. But this is the Death Dread. And it's the first
Oh,
Death
that's
Dread
awesome,
I
man.
ever painted. Yeah.
No, you've done an amazing job there.
Oh, thank you, man. And here's the thing. Because I'm just so new to painting, whenever I did it, I'm like, what happened? Well, no, it shouldn't look like this. It should look like shit. And I was pretty happy with it. But I practiced some shading techniques for the first time, like this right here, the shine on the buzzsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shine on the buzzsaw right there, and the light blending for the light right here.
Yeah.
Where it reflects off Death Dread. So it's because I always wanted to do shading and I sucked at it. But I'm like, man, it's too cool of an effect for me to just stop.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect, right?
You should be proud of what you're making. I think looks all pretty
Oh
decent.
yeah, it's just so
Alejandro-
cool. I needed to
And
do
there's
it.
always room for improvement.
Yeah, for sure.
can only
Always.
get better
That's what's
over
great
time.
about it.
I was going to say,
If there's one hobby that I can prove that that change and improvement and progress is possible, it's this hobby.
No, for sure. I mean, I was going to say, to be honest, I've adapted completely as well with paint. So I've gone heavily into contrast paint at the moment.
Yeah.
So for me, I've just blasted through like 3 armies in the space of, about 10 months, say. And that's just incredible. Don't get me wrong, they're not like golden and demon standard or anything like that. But at the same time, they're very much tabletop or battle ready or whatever they call it these days. It's definitely at that level, and it's somewhere where I'm happy with it personally. and yeah,
Mhm.
it's great.
And that's what matters.
Yeah.
You know, you are who you want to be with that.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Alejandro, so he's saying that they've been revealing a lot of vampire stuff. That seems to cancel expansion of Cursed City. So this we'll go on to we'll get to that section in a second as well with the vampires because they look pretty cool as well.
They look kind of freaky, really.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm going to say. We'll get into that. But yeah, so these are obviously we've covered these before. So these are the Slaanesh demons. They look pretty cool. And then we've got the Sylvaneth as well. That character, again, I think that's going to be pretty epic when that comes out.
That was dope looking.
But these,
I really like the Slaanesh demons. They look so cool.
Go on, which one's your favorite? This one? Or I don't know the names, but this
I
one.
like the darker one, the peacock-looking one.
Yeah, I like that one.
And the whole draped, the drapes and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen the trailer for Diablo 4, I think, and then it has and it looks like
her.
Yeah, her. That thing looks
her.
like her.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It messed me up. I was like, oh my god.
Such a good cinematic though, and such a good.
I know exactly, dude.
And that looks exactly like it.
So true.
I imagine someone will paint it up like that, like just kind of like bloody membranes coming through.
I can't wait. I can't wait for someone to be crazy enough to do that.
Oh, there will be plenty of people.
Good. See, man, you see how clever they are with that? Where they shoot the B-roll and it's just above their waist, and then bam, you get the whole thing. You're like, wait a minute, he's not writing it. He is it.
He is it.
He is it.
Oh man, that was pretty good. Dire wolves, dead wolves, more like it. The bird, the bird is literally eating that wolf while it's just being dead and zombified. Oh man,
he looks great.
Details. Yeah, little details like that.
Guy, actually, Radukar, he looks all right, but
yeah, they were talking mad shit about how it was the most amazing model. And I'm like, it looks okay. It looks cool.
He looks all right, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it does look good, but yeah, I mean,
they literally put it up with a vampire whose lower body is a freaking wyvern, and they're all like, "Look at this other one, that's like a werewolf."
Yeah.
Like this is so much more cooler, I think, just because it's
Mother of Nightmares.
It's so different. It's so out there, which is kind of the theme for Age of Sigmar, really.
Who's done that though?
I've not seen
who's done that
before. It's kind of cool because it's very.
I
mean, you've seen things like centaurs and like half man, half horse, half cow, half fish, half whatever. I've never seen one that's like half
man, half
dragon,
like a dragon. You know,
whatever the hell that thing is.
Someone wasn't thinking big enough, and GWs are like, you know what? Just do that.
Ratchet up a notch.
Yeah, do that.
Because I mean, like it does look like, I don't know, like it looks so freaky, and the title of it, Mother of Nightmares, is quite appropriate, I guess.
Imagine that thing running after you.
Yeah, no thanks.
No thanks.
Hard pass.
No, hard pass. Right. In truth, I think. Well, okay, let's give it a rating out of 10. Okay, so for me personally, I think it looks great, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of how it blends together from the torso to the the other torso, in terms of how they both connect. I don't know. It just doesn't connect.
It seems too separated.
Yeah, for me personally, yeah. So I'd probably give it about a 7. And cool factors up there, but I think it's just I don't know. I don't. It just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. What would you give it?
Sean, you want to go first?
Yeah, totally. Okay. I'm actually kind of not far from Christian. I would give it a 7, but I'm gonna go with an 8 because nobody has done this before. We've seen centaurs, we've seen like half wolves, half horses, but nobody's done like a fuck off half dragon before. Like nobody's done that. Yeah. So because for creativity, I bump it up 1 more point. Otherwise, I am with Christian. I think they definitely could have blended it a little better. Like For example, there's armor on the elf, and there's nothing on the dragon part of it, or the wyvern part of it. You know, it's like put armor on the rest of you.
Yeah.
You know, but it seems they wanted to insinuate, like, look, it's half dragon, half this, and if they would have done that, maybe it would have blended better. Yeah. But yeah, the rest of him is naked. It's like imagine going into battle and you have a suit up to your waist, and then the rest is just you in your underwear. It's like, that doesn't make sense, dog.
They got a bit of a loincloth going, but that's about it.
Yeah, loincloth. You go into battle with the loincloth. I mean, everyone has seen your junk when you're about to land. You know.
What about you, Matt?
Similar.
She doesn't shave, bro. When it comes down.
Oh dear.
Put armor on.
This is like fantasy. No one shaves at that point.
No,
there we go. She's a vampire. She doesn't have to.
Au natural. It grows back. Anyways, I put it similar to Sean. I put it. I like it's great. I think as a model, I kind of like that. There's that contrast between like noble vampire, really well kept together, and then just savage, whatever the hell that thing is. Yeah. And I kind of like the vibe that it gives off. That it's just so, so aberrant that it's just not something of this world. It's something like you'd see in like Silent Hill. Something just completely out there and freaky. And
I think they really did do a good job. Because you're showing me like a half vampire person. You're showing me like a half wolf person. But the thing that stands out to me is that dead freaking wolf. And you have the crow eating the thing like it's a dead carcass. Cool. I think it's little. That's why models like that get a 9 and a 10. Because little details like that. Like the crow's literally eating. God. Good evening, hello world. You're absolutely right.
One. Into the chat hearing about vampires going command.
Into the chat, and they came in when I was like,
But no, honestly, it's it does look great. And if again, chat, let us know what you think. Give it a rating out of 10, and we'll obviously check those out.
It'd be great if someone modifies it slightly, like they did with the Sigvald model, and just kind of gets rid of the underwear, get rid of the loincloth.
Yeah, this would. What do you guys think it would be as far as like kit bashability? Do you think people will be able to do some creative, or do you think the way it's laid out it would be a bit of a challenge?
For me, the torso thing.
You go ahead first.
No, sorry, Emma. So I'd say the torso thing opens up the realm of possibility to have different things on top. So we're basically replacing the vampire on top, obviously, just with another half-cut torso, if you like, just because it's very, just because it looks like that right now, in my opinion. But in terms of the rest of it, you could always give it different terrain as well, so it's not on that. But the stones it's on currently, the bricks, looks pretty cool anyway. I don't. To be honest, for me personally, I'll just say you could potentially put like another torso on top. Obviously, you can convert the heads and weapons, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, that's for me personally. I think there's a little bit of conversion possibility. Matt, what about you?
It really depends, because like for me at least, I always kit bash when it's a bit more feasible. So like if the arms kind of disconnect in a certain way, I could use those wings, or whatever, those tattered wings, as like a piece for something else. Like I could see myself using those wings to make like a more traditional looking kind of vampire. Or maybe
if she flew up on me, I'd be like, please take me away, take me flying.
I mean, like it's doable, but it probably takes a bit more creativity, and people can do a lot of things with what they're given with, because I've seen so many weird and crazy like kit bashes just from like mundane materials. It's just a matter of how creative the person is, I think. But I still see a lot of potential with that still.
Sean,
I actually did a little. I don't know, because I'm still new in the realm of kit bashing. What if what if we took the upper body of that freaking centaur demigod thing and put it on that? Oh god,
that'd be brutal.
Y'all are.
And then again, scalability.
You have to make it
10 levels of fucked.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, that's what I think about that. I think I wouldn't know. Definitely. It's
Pirate Lady, if you're
I
one of
did
the
a little bit of kit bashing with my Death Dread because here's the thing. Just a claw and just a buzzsaw, that's not enough killy power. That's not I did the orky thing and I said, you know what? A claw isn't enough. Let's put a buzzsaw and a claw in one arm. So you grab onto them with the claw and the buzzsaw just rips them apart. And there's one where
together, really.
two little buzzsaws and I put the bigger buzzsaw on top of it.
Sounds like fun,
proper orc fashion. So that's my kit bashing.
Hello, Will. So Vampire Pirate Lady. Matt, I think you read this one, didn't you? So if you remove the rune at the base, yes. So you could
just chop off the top torso off, and then just put it on a set of normal legs, maybe like a dress or something like that. You got like a normal, casual.
Peacock wing.
This is it, right? So this kit bash that we're talking about, we could, because where the torso begins there, with this section in the middle, you've got, if you obviously just remove that and put on a head of some sort, everything else is there, right?
I mean, like they have on the next picture, I think they also show off the other option of it. So obviously the torso can come off fairly easily.
Yeah.
So you could potentially put like a Vargulf head there, or like
imagine that guy landing on top of you.
Oh no, he looks. I'm really loving the head and the blade. I mean, to be honest, everything about these models look absolutely amazing. I think for me, though, again, it's just that torso bit. I don't know. I suppose the more I look at it, it'll appeal to me a lot more. But yeah, at this moment in time, it's just.
I feel you.
Yeah, the thing just got to say, you'll probably love it as time goes on. So this next guy.
I'm getting like heavy Norse vibes from this guy.
Well, from the voices that they do for this character and the other character, and the naming scheme, it kind of sounds kind of Russian or just Eastern European, that kind of regionish.
And no, for sure.
Kind of gives that kind of vibe, like Siberian wolves kind of thing.
But just look how epic, though. I mean, to be honest, right? I get the guy on stream at GW. He was very much like rating this as like the best model ever. But for me personally, I think it's great, the dynamic in terms of these little two vamps below, obviously like thralls, if you like, just scavenging for stuff. Obviously, really impressed with their leader. And then you got the blood from the claw pouring into the chalice down below.
I really like that detail
as well.
I like his shoulder armor right there, like on his right. Yeah, I like that. That looks cool.
Oh, so there you go, Sean.
AAOG stands for All Ages of Geek. We are a YouTube channel on YouTube. We also have our own website. You can look us up. Right now, the key hosts are me, Kat, Tat, Rohel, and myself. As I said myself twice. But what I'm doing is I'm actually bringing Warhammer content to All Ages of Geek. But yeah, it's a really cool channel. Check it out.
Yeah, go ahead and head over, drop a sub, all that good stuff.
Oh shit! I was like holding this down, and when I looked at it, it was just so crooked. I'm like, no, that's not right.
Go on, guys. Out of 10, what would you give this one? Me personally, again, I'll just say 7 again. Well, probably about 6 actually. I'll drop it down a little bit, but I just loved having the thralls like just surrounding him and obviously gathering up the blood. It still looks pretty cool, but probably about 6 for me.
I would go with the 7 honestly, because the only thing that really is getting my attention is that armor piece. Everything else is like. I can see him kind of popping in any other place. He kind of looks like a Wolfen Primarch gone wrong. That's kind of how he looks to me. But I do like the little extra details with the log and with the skulls and with his two slaves, and the blood coming off of him. But I like his armor. His armor is cool, and he even has that wolf tail, which I think is just part of his cloak. But otherwise, yeah, I'd give it like more of a 7, because it's kind of hard to top centaur vampire goddess lady. And then there's actual centaur god
up top.
killing machine. So
I feel like they should have like presented these in the opposite order, maybe.
Yeah, for real. And first of all, he has my 10. Obviously, Centaur has my 10. Straight up. Yeah. Circling back to him, he's got my 10.
Yeah, no, for sure. For me, it's about a 9. But we'll go into. We can go circle back. But Matt, what about you?
For Radukar, it's probably 6-ish. I mean, it's a nice model, but I don't feel particularly, wowed by it, I guess.
This is how we know that he's probably just giving his opinion. The guy on the thing.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of have to say, everything's awesome. I don't think they can. They probably have to say it to keep their jobs, really, right?
Right. Hey guys, remember the last stream where he said this is the best model he's ever seen?
All right, okay, so Wolf Lady. So this is I believe it's the oldest vampire for their kind of bloodline, if you like.
That bloodline.
Okay. Ironically, I'm going to score this one higher than the last one. Because I do love that Miss Vampire Lady has her little wolf feet, and she's riding on these wolves. I think it's elegant. There's more simplicity to it, and I don't know. Like, I like the little details with that. So honestly, for me, going first, I'd throw this one more up to an 8 again.
Ooh.
I do. I really do, because there's just something about a wolf on a rock, that really does it, rather than a half-ass freaking like half man, half wolf barbarian thing with 2 slaves with a wolf skin, but then this person is riding a wolf, and they even have their little wolf feet there too. So
okay, Matt, what about you?
I kind of echo that sentiment. Like I think this one, like the previous one, is just like look at me, I'm badass, the generic stuff. But this one, there's a bit of a story.
I don't give a fuck. I've been there, done that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
like this one, you can see like she's a noble person. She has, got some sort of heritage or lineage behind her, and she's, has some sort of affiliation or affinity with these wolves. You can kind of get you can build a story. You can build some character with it. It's not just generic. I'm big and bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be quite controversial.
Like 4. No, I'll score like 7.
Because she's not trying to flex or show off. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like,
she's got subtle class.
Yeah.
For me personally, again, it's going to be quite controversial, but I'm going to give it a 5.
We need your thoughts. We need your thoughts as to why.
For me, it's a 6, right?
Okay, just explain to us why you're wrong.
So
yeah, Christian, explain to us why you're wrong.
How dare I have an opinion? God,
it's okay to be it's okay to have an opinion. Just know that with opinions comes with being fucking wrong.
It's okay to be wrong. It's all right. Don't worry.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's okay to be wrong.
There's nothing wrong with being wrong.
All right. No, exactly that. All right, okay. For me, vampires, I don't know whether it's an old fantasy head on me and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm just not a big fan. It just reminds me of like Little Red Riding Hood kind of thing. With the wolf feet and like I don't know. It just reminds me of that. The wolf on top as well. Wolves. Don't wrong. They do. I suppose it's the way it's been painted. If you understood the lore a bit more around this character, it will probably creep up. But if I'm just looking at it at a miniature point of view, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I'm not a big fan. I mean, the wolves look great. But do I personally think it belongs with like vampires as much? Yeah, to an extent, but not. I think these just look too like I don't know.
I think that brings up an interesting point because I mean,
like, Space Wolf kind of thing.
What is your problem? I'm in the middle of a live stream. Don't mess this up for me.
I think it's just agreeing with me. That's why.
She's agreeing. She's like. She's like, Dad, you're being biased. Shut up and listen to Christian.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Chris brings up a good point because I mean, these aesthetically look quite different from the vampires we've seen in Warhammer. Because all the vampires we've seen before are all armored up. They look, Transylvanian vampire-ish.
Which really appeals to me a lot more. That's probably where I'm getting at. I mean, I suppose from AOS outside kind of stuff, like looking in right now, you'd probably it's like you guys say, it's awesome and all that. My day was very much like Vlad, Manfred, like back in the day with Valak and obviously the Blood Knight as well. So yeah, I don't know. For me, it needs to be. It just doesn't appeal to me that much. The Blood Knights really do. This model, not so much. And that's why, for me personally, I would say it's about 5.
Well, that kind of makes sense.
Your
different bloodlines.
Is why we gave it like 8s. Yeah. Now these guys, man.
These guys, okay. I can really get down with these guys. They look so cool.
Here we go. We're gonna be here a while. Buckle up.
But honestly, because I've had all versions of Direwolves, so going back, obviously, 20 years ago to obviously through the different vampire counts, obviously now AOS, Agent, Legions and Nagash, all that kind of stuff. These guys, I'd say, are up there with these guys are the best.
Look at that glowing eye. Can you see painters like making like a glowing effect around the eyeball?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. I can see it. That one, that's the one, man. That's the winner.
So good, right?
Like that crow has the damn audacity to start eating the thing, like while it's this animated monster. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just here for my meal. Yeah, that's savage ass crow. That crow gives no shits. It's just eating that dead ass wolf.
Which I can. Oh, it looks awesome. Absurd Arc Hero. So this is really, really interesting, and I can appreciate this a lot as well with regards to the rules. So as he understands it, these vampires will need to build up kills for blood to basically get additional buffs, which sounds awesome.
That sounds very much like Corn, but I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm assuming they start off strong. The more kills they have under the belt, the stronger they get, because obviously they're more infused with blood, all that kind of stuff. So I can really appreciate. I think that's such a cool game mechanic.
Just drop me high.
Hello world. No, that's all good. Hello world. I see a pattern. Lots of rocks in these models. I'm assuming we're going. Oh yeah, the rock here, the rocks here, rocks here.
It's like when you need something to stand on, just throw a rock on it. Throw a rock.
If you need a wolf to howl,
there you go.
You got a rock.
What they call
rock
it?
At it.
The rock of leadership or something. Like all leaders or all hero units have like a rock to stand on.
That's the GW policy. It's like you want your miniature when they get into a room with all the miniature designers. It's like if you want your miniature to have a cool pose, throw a rock at it.
Pretty much.
It'll make a cool pose. It'll stand on something.
So again, with basically Hello World again. So we're looking at can you compare these new direwolves with the current ones? So let me just have a look.
The current ones are they're in pretty dire shape.
Direwolf,
I saw that. You thought you were being slick. I saw it.
I'm a dad. I can make these kind of jokes.
They're dire. I make dad jokes too, man. I ain't even a dad. It's gonna be bad whenever I am a dad. Like, why? Why do you have to?
I'm scouting for them now.
You can imagine walking up to my kiddo. I'm like, hey, sweetie, you think your dad's cool, right? It's like, do I have to answer?
No, it's sold online, but let's have a look. So, I was just to.
God,
so
man.
this is on the GW website. So this is how they looked. So so for me, these direwolves, again, I think they looks okay. They look okay. Well, I'd say okay, not great, but these new ones.
They look like a Frankenstein between a hog and a wolf.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Don't they? They look like hogs.
Very much.
Yeah.
So for me, again, I think they look okay, but these guys,
I mean, it's not that it's a bad model, but it's just like it's showing its age. Its age, and it's about time that they update these things. Kind of like the Fellbats.
No,
those models. Also, something
yeah.
The metal Fellbats.
Yeah, it is showing his age. You're right about that. I have to clip away at this orc's bicep just so I can get it to fit right, or this orc's deltoid, because it's just not wanting to line up.
Oh,
it doesn't want to do it.
Sometimes the models don't fit the way you want them to, do they?
Yeah, and it's totally GW's fault.
All right, so we're coming to the end of the. To be honest, I thought it was a very short Warhammer Fest as well today for AOS.
It was. I was surprised.
Yeah, it seems they got through it in like what was it, about 40 minutes, if that, and obviously about 15, or even about half the stream is those guys talking about it. So yeah, it was
because I was ready to link up with you guys immediately, and I'm like, oh, I got a couple of hours to kill.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, so for me, for the whole army here, just looks incredible. You got the Blood Knights at the back, look awesome. Obviously, good news for Flesh Eater Courts as well. That Terrorgeist is going nowhere. So obviously those guys have already purchased that. Obviously that's a good thing as well. And then you've got obviously the Direwolves. You've got the new skeleton models, which look pretty cool. New zombies look so much better.
I know, it was cool of them to do like a whole look at everything going on here. Okay, what is this? What does that remind y'all of when y'all see it? What comes to mind?
Sorry, which one?
When you see this. When you see that right there,
what
you have your mouse over.
Yeah, this was Soul Arena.
What does that look like? That looks like that looks like Hearthstone, League of Legends. Yes,
League of Legends, right.
You see, Warhammer's starting to catch on.
First of all, when I did see this, I was like,
It's like, all right,
what's going on?
I don't know. I'm just not all that into mobile games.
No, me neither.
Neither am I. If mobile games were actually games and just not trying to screw you out of money, then it would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, at best, they're like a bit of a time sink. At worst, they're just a money sink for nothing.
Good old doggos. Yep.
Hello, Sentinel. Coming from Twitch.
Oh, hello.
There we go. Yeah, man. I literally had to flatten this bicep just so I could get it glued.
Yeah, these look incredible though. I'm very happy with the new Direwolves.
Yep, because they look badass, man. And then you showed me the freaking boar Direwolves, and I'm like, oh my god, you needed this.
You see the next level, right? It's like,
God, yeah, big improvement. Can't wait for tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's gonna blow my mind. As an orc lover, tomorrow's gonna fuck me up. That's gonna get a lot of views. I'll tell you what, especially those who know that I love orcs. My god.
So that's all the the Warhammer Fest that's been through today.
Yeah.
So yeah, to be honest, I expected a bit more, but
hey, I was hoping they'd talk about third edition. I was really hoping they'd talk about third edition a little bit.
These are events where they start talking about like new codexes, new rules. I expect that from events like this, but they kind of just felt like any other Warhammer showcase week.
Yeah.
Well, a bit bigger, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, a little bigger, but not super duper.
I mean, in the last month, they kind of cut back on the reveals and the pre-orders and all that. So it feels like they just kind of stopped putting those out and just kind of built up for like the one release.
Yeah.
I mean, like what it was.
GW does good with that, yeah. Because I have my problems with GW, but one of the things they do well is, I think that they really are taking the time to finally start putting stuff up.
No, yeah. It's the Sentinel, so he's working on his newer Zombie Dragon. As I watched that new stuff, yeah, the Zombie Dragon's a very cool model.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people say, like, complaining that the Zombie Dragon looks old or it doesn't look very good. But I mean, like, it's kind of aged all right, I think.
I think it's aged gracefully.
Considering it's a zombie dragon, like, what do you want it to look like?
What do you want? What do you want? Out of a zombie dragon?
Yeah.
I mean, now we have vampire dragons, so what else do you have to bitch about?
No, it's going to say that. Yeah, I can appreciate the zombie dragon. Still think it was a pretty decent kit.
I think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so Matt, what are you working on?
I am basing my commission work, my Space Marines, my Blood Angels.
Nice.
I was just damn it! I was just about to ask if you were a Blood Angels player.
No, I don't play 40k actually. I just do commission work, and that leads me into 40k realms once in a while.
Commission work, cool.
I was going to say, Sean, what about you? You got your orcs, haven't you? Are you working on?
Yeah. I'll pull up a couple. I know I'm working on this one right now. So I'm a bit different with my orcs. Right. So I have this orc looking in the direction that it's shooting or aiming. So I have an orc, my last orc shooter boy that I did. So I'll grab like an older one. And I'll get a new one. So here is one of the first shooter boys that I painted. Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so facing front. Yep, right here. And now here's the last shooter boy I painted. This one has a bit more personality to it. Okay, notice how he's leaning into the shooter.
No, it looks cool.
And his head is angled, not just to the side, but at an angle, kind of like he's aiming or he's about to aim.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's very cool. All right.
Yeah.
Again,
just
really
really
like
makes
your
it come alive.
progress.
Oh, yeah, because I want to put more, rather than just, because it's even right here with the first two, like, here's the first, back to my first orc model painted. He's just standing straight, right? He's got like his arms up and that's it, but he's standing straight.
Yeah.
Now with this new one, you can tell now he's at an angle. He's taking a step to his right, and he's turning his waist, and his head also
made
turning.
it more dynamic.
Yes, and that really makes the models feel more alive. They are alive, and they're just not models.
Yeah.
So I think there's that extra artistic flair from not as much, not just with how you paint them, but how you position them. And me, I had to get creative because look at this shit right here. Look at that.
Yeah.
You see that? That's stupid. I can't get it to fit.
Well, I was going to say, we've got Sentinel. He's working. This sounds awesome. And if Sentinel, if you got any pics, send them to our Instagram or anything like that. We'll definitely share those on Twitter and everything. But he's making a zombie Star Drake right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
That sounds ridiculous.
So
cool.
Sentinel, you gotta let us know how that goes, buddy, because that sounds awesome.
Sounds incredible, yeah.
Wait, no, Sentinel, clarify. Are you using a Star Drake to turn it into a zombie dragon, or are you using a zombie dragon and trying to turn that into a Star Drake?
Oh, good question. Got too excited with the actual the imagery.
I'm pretty sure we got excited about the imagery earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
With the naked bottom half of the dragon vampires.
Because I remember, like in the I think the latest General's Handbook, on the section where they have like hero creation and all that, there's someone that made the Mount of Archaon, like the Dorgar, that thing that's supposed to have, that dragon's that's supposed to have like 3 heads of the Chaos Gods. They made that into a zombie dragon and mounted a vampire on top, and that was ridiculously cool looking.
That sounds great.
But that's like 2 expensive kits to make one hero.
Yeah. When people, I want to make a Gorka Knight. You kit bash a Gorka Knight in like a Chaos Knight or an Imperial Knight, and then you make a Gorka Knight. That's an expensive ass kit bash, and I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want it.
We can dream. We can dream.
We can dream. That's why. I hope whenever I get my streams, it's like, guys, I want a Gorka Knight. Please, somebody. Oh my god.
Oh, thank you.
Steal the glory.
Thank you for the follow, Sentinel. I was on Twitch.
Hey, thank you, Sino, for following these guys. They deserve it. Absolutely.
So you got Hello World. So everyone's opinion on the Cursed City mystery. That's a mystery to me because
yeah.
I'm not really following Cursed City, so you may have to elaborate on that. Unless Matt, you know more than I do.
Well, I don't think anyone knows much more than everyone else. Everyone's just passing out around rules, really, more than anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've
I don't know
heard
much
that
about it either.
I heard it's an issue, and the one that makes most sense to me is that there's an issue with like the box saying that it's made in the UK and all that, and a good percentage of the stuff or the contents is not, and maybe it's because of a change in with the Brexit and all that crap that they've changed how they can word these things, and because they didn't word it properly, there's probably some legal backlash that they're going through. So at this moment, when they mention anything that refers back to Cursed City, it seems really awkward.
It's, GW needs to do their due diligence before they do stuff like that, and I'm sure they did, but like, man, one slip and now you have a bunch of upset fans, and
Not only that, but like,
it's just not fair. Yeah, scalpers.
Yeah, it's just
GW
not fair.
needs to do better. Let's be real. GW does need to do better with certain things. Like, I love GW and I love Warhammer stuff, but they need to do better because here's the thing, fellas. If GW doesn't do well and they start losing money and they end up going on under, here's the thing. Warhammer and Warhammer 40K is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere because somebody is going to see that Warhammer 40K is a cash cow. And somebody is going to buy GW and run that business either worse or better than them. So GW needs to make some changes, in my personal opinion. But I'll leave it at that, so the video doesn't get.
No, of course, yeah. I was going to say, at this moment in time, GW shares are doing rather well.
Yeah, the shares are doing well. I'm actually going to invest in GW shares.
Well doing.
Yeah. When I move to a new location, because I'm saving my money for it, I'm going to make a video where I buy GW shares. But, I feel like, but a lot of us investors who are in the Warhammer hobby are like, we need to wait for that dip because it'll happen eventually. Well, and when it does, then we hop in.
Exactly. Because at this moment in time, it's over £100 for one share.
Yeah. When I saw it it was at like 98, and then it went to 120, and then it went to 140, and I'm like, dude. And I needed to be smart and not let my fear of missing out, which is a thing, affect me. So I'm like, massive just wait, just chill. Yeah, fear of missing out. Yeah, and that's how they market it, and that's how they do it. And it's brilliant, but it's like,
it's brilliant, but it's also annoying as hell.
Yeah,
yeah, but we gotta wait, gotta be patient. I'll make that investment at some time. Yeah, especially with all these new videos and such coming out, which I hope GW handles with care and respect.
So, Hello World saying the zombie Star Drake sounds metal. It really does. Sounds incredible. Star Drake into a zombie. Matt, to answer your question.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, no, that sounds so great. So far, I've torn the chest open and now working on the inside.
Wow, that's sounds really awesome. Cool.
Dude,
definitely send some progress pics over. That's cool.
DNA surgery. Okay, so here's the problem I'm going to have now, because I had to do some BS to get this to fit, but now that it fits, the other arm that's supposed to attach to the orc is not going to fit. It's not going to reach it. So you're just going to see an orc knob with a shooter and his left arm that is just going to be without a wrist.
That's grim.
Have you ever thought about using green stuff? Would that help?
Green stuff would help, and people use green stuff, but I don't. And I don't know where to get it. I need help.
eBay, Amazon, eBay, where?
Oh, damn it! Green stuff.
Yeah, it definitely helps a lot. Well, just in case you make any mistakes, or in case the models kind of turn out kind of weird, or if there's any weird angles, or it's just any like small minor modifications that you want to make.
Yeah, dude. Is this something people get from GW?
You can, yeah. GW has some green stuff as well. It's a bit more expensive from them, though.
Okay.
It's like everything.
Yeah.
Why bother?
Otherwise, what you could do is you have like basically have a stump for hand. Is that it?
What was that, Matt?
For your orc guy, does he have like a stump for a hand, or is that
A
what's
stump?
the issue?
His hand is on the lower part of the shooter, because the hand is attached to the shooter, and you just attach a separate arm and be like, look, here it is.
Hmm. I don't know. Is there a way that you could like? I'm imagining there's like fingers on like the gun barrel or something like that.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I know I said like Warhammer's not going anywhere, because either way it's not. But Hello World is totally right. I don't see Warhammer ever dying. GW might die and could die, but Warhammer will never die. It's someone will pick it up and take it over.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, if GW ever messes up and they end up going under, GW will die and the investors there will die, but Warhammer will stay forever. It's just too much. It has made too big of an impact on pop culture. It's just not happening.
No,
pretty much, yeah.
So that's why I don't hesitate to kind of stick it to the man if you know, sometimes it happens. As an orc player, you're like, get more green stuff. I'm like, that's a great idea. And I come home with more orcs.
Yeah, I was going to say, so since, get more orcs,
right, like, that's not what we meant.
Amazon is obviously cheaper by far, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Sentinel. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get green stuff from Amazon.
I think when I started this hobby, I bought like I think was it like 5 meter long thing of green stuff, and it cost about as much as you would get a normal like small little pack from GW.
Okay, let me ask you guys a hot take question. Do you think it is necessary for GW to have the models the prices they are?
That's an economics question.
Hence, hot take.
Necessary? No. But, you know, we live in a world of capitalism. So, I mean, that just kind of...
Should they? Can they? Yes.
I mean, like you said, investors are always going to be interested in the bottom line, money. And you earn more money, you earn more profit by having, you know, higher sales or higher profits. So, you know, if they can push their price upwards and people are still buying at the same volume, they're still earning more and more and more, and they'll continue to push up until they hit a point. And it's just supply and demand. They'll hit a point where people are going to be like, okay, we can't pay that. And then they'll back off. They'll lower prices again, or they'll just keep it at the same and wait until it normalizes.
What needs to happen, because I feel like if they made the hobby more accessible, the amount of sales versus the price drop would be astronomically different. Because I feel like GW is too scared to take that risk. You know, do y'all feel the same way? You think GW is too scared to take the risk of lowering the price? Just because it would make it more accessible, and that's what's the biggest thing that's keeping a lot more people from hopping in.
It's true, but I think that's where they get a lot of those starter sets coming out. Granted, they're still like, you know, £50 or 55 or something like that, but you know, these obviously like, you know, like Soul Wars, where you get Stormcast, Nighthorn armies, and they've done it at different grades. So you can have the big box, you can have a small one, or you can even have a smaller one than that. There are different entry levels, especially like Warcry as well. You only need a few miniatures there to get a warband going. So I think they're aware of that, and they've catered to it to an extent.
Yeah, they're finding ways around the price barrier that they're aware of. Because there's, like you said, the start collecting bits. There's things like the easy build things. So like, and you don't have to buy the glue until you want to buy the harder models. Or there's ones that have colored plastic, so you don't have to paint them until you want to, and then you start investing more and more into the game. You know, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of ways that they're trying to circumvent the price barrier.
Yeah, Sentinel, man, is speaking my language. Like, at some point, you know, it's I love
3D printed
GW. I love what they do. I love the worlds, Warhammer 40K. but it's like, it's because I love what GW gives us is why I'm gonna fucking fight for it, you know? So it's like, it's, you know, you love your mom and dad, but you call them out on their bullshit. So, you know, you love your friends, but you call them out on their bullshit. And real friends call each other out on their bullshit. So with GW, you know, it's just the same way. You know, it's like, come on now. Yeah.
To give them a bit of credit, their product is probably top notch in this industry or in this field. Like
It is, yeah.
You find like other board games or other tabletop war game kind of things, and yes, miniatures can look good, but they're usually not quite up to the standard that GW puts out at the moment.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of good ones, and it's nice, but a lot of them can be resin or like, you know, like not as good of a plastic. So it changes what's the end product really in a way.
Yeah, and I'm totally with you like that, because they are at the top, and you could say you get what you pay for, and what you pay for is the best models in the industry. You know, it's it's definitely true.
Yeah, Sentinel, you can put links in there, as long as it's not, you know, anything too bizarre.
Yeah. We'll just, you know what, Christian, go ahead and check out the link, will ya? We'll throw you into the portal first. Go check it out. See if it's safe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll see what the link is, obviously, first. But yeah, obviously only links that are related to the topic in hand, all that kind of stuff. Or if you want to share, obviously, your Instagram picture or something.
Yeah, local vampire dragon ladies in your area.
If it's a link to like Bad Dragon, try not to click on that.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Yep.
Anyone watching that gets that, I am sorry.
Yeah, I think
more.
About it. So,
yeah, you know, here's the thing. Anime models definitely make GW look generous in comparison. Anime models that are like cons straight up make you feel better about GW models.
In
which way? In cost-wise or quality? Yeah.
Because I think GW can make stuff on the same quality as anime models, because anime models are just based off the anime art, and there's not nearly as much detail in an anime model as there is in a GW model. So, yeah, it makes you feel you pay a lot more because you're paying for the popularity of said anime model, and there's a bit less detail in it. It's a bit bigger than a GW model, you know. And here's the thing: those big old Space Marines, you buy them at you know, what has
the Bandai ones
and all that. Bandai, yeah, they're not going to cost that much. Nope, and they're big. So yeah, anime models make us feel better about our GW models.
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly. The key word on slightly.
Yeah, Instagram link right there.
There we go.
Let's give me 2 secs.
It's bring us with you, and we'll both check out the model. We'll all check out the model like we were doing with the other one. We'll cast our judgment. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's like, do I want it like this or do I want it like that? Someone said Warhammer anime.
Oh my god, I would be all over that.
Let's start saying it a lot more. Warhammer anime. It needs to fucking happen. Anime is the perfect form of a visual platform for Warhammer.
They're doing a lot perfect. More for 40K. They got those a lot of animations. Not anime, not like the Japanese anime kind of anime, but a lot of like 3D animation stuff, which is kind of cool. I would like to see an AOS. I think AOS would fit anime style, like anime art style, quite a bit better, just because it's a fantasy element with it. The sci-fi element from 40K, I think, does well with a 3D environment.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because of how crazy Warhammer 40K is. Like, you guys know Halo, Halo. God, what was it? Halo Legends. There we go. Halo Legends. and it was an animated movie that showed various anime styles in the Halo universe, and
really?
it just fits so well. Yeah, look up Halo Legends, and it shows various Halo stories in anime format, and it kicks so much ass, you know. And I'm like, Warhammer needs this. It would blow people's minds if there was Warhammer anime. Like every time you see manga style drawings, anime style drawings with Warhammer, it always blows people away.
Yeah, you can't find. I've tried finding it. It doesn't really exist online, really.
Somebody needs to slide that anime envelope under GW's door, man.
I mean, considering how profitable anime can be, I don't see why they wouldn't.
So this is the miniature.
Oh, Judgment Time.
Sentinel.
There you go.
So that looks absolutely awesome. That I've just, by the way, I've just obviously liked and dropped you a follow on Instagram as well. There.
Oh wow!
Is that a pile of skulls?
That's a pile of dead ass freaking bones, man. Shoot! Oh look, he has green stuff. Is that green stuff right there? In the other pictures?
I think so. Looks like a heart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not even recognizable as a Star Drake anymore. That's really cool.
Oh wow! You guys have a better idea what y'all are looking at than I do, but it's very impressive.
No, honestly, that is really good. Really good.
That's really
good job.
Cool. Well done, you. Keep us posted on the results because that's pretty awesome. Sure.
Good luck writing that fucking thing.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. Oh my god. Okay, this orc right here is done. I think he's ready to get sprayed and painted. There we go. I somehow made it work, and I'm happy with it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there we go. Give him an extra chopper and a shooter behind him. This'll be fun to paint. This one right here. There we go. So that's one boy.
Just working on the Iron Blaster at the moment, and if you're not sure what that is the Ogre Cannon. It's going to be... It's not exciting. We'll see how it goes, but it's pretty cool. And the model's pretty cool anyway. I've never used it, so we'll see how that goes. Hello, Paul. Welcome to the chat. So,
well, we wish your little doggo
the
best.
Very much so. Yeah, no worries if you disappear. Don't worry about that. Make sure your puppy's okay.
Sounds like the cat is offering condolences as well.
Yeah, she wants to have a few words like, "Grandpa, let me out. Your door is closed." Yeah, isekai in the city of Sigmar. Yeah, you guys seen if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device where they were playing the MMORPG in Sigmar, Age of Sigmar?
Wait, what? What's this?
No.
Have you guys seen if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device?
No.
What's this?
If you want to get extra views, you guys should just film some reactions to that. I'm telling you right now, that would be a quick way to get some views. I'm telling you.
What is it? Exactly?
Well, basically, you guys know the Emperor of Mankind, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You guys know that he's sitting
I don't know
dead
him personally.
on the throne. Oh, yeah, of course. Few people do. But the story, essentially, the premise is, what if the Emperor was able to talk again and he had a text-to-speech device? So now he was able to talk while on the Golden Throne. And it's a comedy series. It's a parody of the Warhammer 40k universe. It is so funny and it is very popular. If you guys want to snag some quick views, film a reaction. You two get together and film a reaction to it. And I promise you, you'll see some. But it's funny. And what I'm referring to is the Emperor, Magnus the Red, and a couple of Custodes, Rogel Dorn, and some other people are playing pretty much a D&D style game, but in Age of Sigmar. And it's so funny.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Anyone in the chat know about if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device? Just give it a shout out. Enlighten these boys.
Yes. Who needs a ride when you can let it run for free? What we on now? Okay, so
Pup
this
is fine. Yay!
the dog. Yes, the pup's fine. It's great. Grooming Nix's butt.
What's the difference between when we see the message and when they put it out?
No, it's a bit of a delay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's when
mainly because I'm gluing.
That's why there's a delay, because you're gluing.
Oh, too right. Priority, mate. Honestly, if I didn't do this now, nothing will ever get done.
It's never gonna get done. We gotta do it now. You guys
I mean,
won't have
otherwise
to wait.
we can just pay attention to the chat on YouTube or wherever else.
There we go. So Hello World is talking about the Fabulous Custodes meme. Do you guys know about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Oh yes.
Okay. So they make a reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with the Custodes. And since you guys have seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you will recognize it instantly.
Okay, this I gotta see sometime.
Oh yeah.
JoJo.
I mean, you guys messed up, y'all. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you guys messed up. Now I'm gonna send y'all a link. Go ahead and just get the filming equipment and just film a reaction to it. You guys will love it. Give you guys a nice little bump in views, and y'all will just straight up enjoy it.
That's it. That's what we need in our what you call it? In our pocket round. That's the word I was looking for.
I mean, shit. You'll see my comment and be like, "Oh my god, you mad lads, you did it." You mad lads. I knew you would. I knew y'all were crazy enough.
Man, the reach of JoJo's influence on the world is just ridiculous.
It's insane. It's insane. And you know what's funny? What's funny is that JoJo's is like the least toxic fandom in anime. The only thing that's remotely toxic is how much we try and get other people to watch it. It's like, why are you making us watch it? It makes no sense. It's stupid. And it's like, I can't explain it, dude. You're right. It is stupid and it makes no sense. I just can't explain it. You just gotta watch it. And you will tell yourself, no, this is stupid. I don't like it. And then you'll find yourself watching more. And then you'll start watching more. And then you'll start
memes all day.
Memes all day.
I mean, to be fair, I have a JoJo character for my AOS army, so.
Oh my god, yes. Who is it?
If you watch, which video was that? It's one of the first videos that we have. He's I cautiously named him Joseph Geostar rather than Joestar. So
yeah, kind of like with my Sotark one.
With your which?
Sotark Godkiller. My orc that's based off Kratos.
Ah, right, gotcha. Yeah, so like an homage to them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Where's I'll drop a link. It'll be super cool.
Tell you what, these a lot of pieces to this bloody Iron Blaster. It's like I can't wait to get painted it. Building something isn't my biggest joy. I just want to get painting, gaming.
Are we able to leave like a chat in the chat box or?
Yeah. You've basically got you got comments and you got private chat. So private chat is obviously just me and Matt, and then
then I'm gonna just send it in private chat. There we go. And what the link is to just Oneris's video of him painting or making the Sotark drawing that I showed y'all.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, this one where you see him making the drawing of this figure. That's what it is. That's the link. It's a 2-minute video. It's not long. It's speed painted, but it's a pretty kick-ass drawing.
Yeah.
Let's see. I always like these kind of art videos, especially if it's speed painted.
Oneris is great, man. He's a great dude. I'm actually gonna have a video interview with him, and we're gonna play Space Marine. It'll be on the 6th, and we're gonna play Space Marine, and I'm gonna interview him, and then I'll upload it later whenever I upload that video, because I'm filming a video where I'm painting that mini, and I'll promote him and I'll get all that done, and share his video again and share the interview video I had with them. So yeah.
Oh wow, that's nice. That's a nice painting.
I'm guessing you clicked the link, Matt?
Oh, I did, yes.
Yeah. Christian should totally click the link so everyone in the chat can see it. I'm not, poking his arm and saying, hey, Christian, you should definitely check it out. Eyebrow raise.
No, it's going to film. I'm kind of glued at the moment, so.
Oh wow. Then
I'll tell you what, it's just
hold on to the mouse with your mouth and just click it with your nose.
I like his process too, because he went straight from nothing almost. I'm assuming he had like a sketch somewhere else, but like he must have.
Oh, he has my miniature to go off a reference, but that's it.
I mean, your
gave him a
miniature is not
360.
even. Is your miniature the same pose? It's not, is it?
No, it's not. No, he took it as a different pose, and he had to work in the little Mimir. He had to work the little Mimir thing to have it pop out of the side, since it's like at the back, and he only has one angle to work with. But yeah.
Jeez, that's cool. Well done.
Oh, it was so worth it, man. It was so worth it. It was so cool. And he's gonna do something for me later where he's gonna take a picture I send him, and he's gonna put my face on top of a Space Marine. He does that. He'll take your face. He'll take a portrait and he'll put it on top of like a 40K or an Age of Sigmar like thing. You'll see like Space Marine armor and all that, and then you'll see your face there, and he'll scar up your face and make you look badass like you're worn torn. So I'm gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna do that too. That's gonna be my profile picture, baby. A blood angel with my face on it. Yes,
golden.
Blessed.
I played 40k. Like we're talking, it was probably about 10 years ago now, but I played 40k for about 6 years or so. So I know the lore quite well. And I think for me personally, I think Tau were up there with one of my favorites in terms of faction wise. But Blood Angels were my very first army for 40k, which was was awesome.
I have a very close relationship with the Blood Angels story. Like I think that's what really drew me to them.
Yeah,
is they struggle with their rage, and I know growing up I went through a lot of bullshit when it came to bullying and things like that. So it created like this aggressive thing about me, and I had to control my emotions and things in that. And I'm an artist, and I kind of retreat into my art and into my work, and I'm learning to kind of have a grip on that, on my own aggro. So whenever I heard about the Blood Angel story and the Black Rage, and they're continuously fighting it every day and to ward it off, they're artistic, they're artists, and they have their hobbies, and that's how they hold it off. And I'm like, this is so close to home. And I knew that I was a Blood Angel. I was the son of Sanguinius, and I like Sanguinius. It's like they say, like Voldemort. Wonderful dude makes his YouTube videos. When he was talking about Sanguinius, he's like, Sanguinius was the goal. He was the standard. He was what everyone wanted to be. Some were like, he's the forbidden fruit that hangs off the tree of knowledge. But Sanguinius and even Logar, was it Logar? No, it was I think it. Let me see.
I was gonna say,
I think it was Logar. Emperor's Children, right?
Yeah.
Logar, Emperor's Children. No.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was going to say.
Who's the Primarch of the Emperor's Children?
I'm just going to have a look now, for me personally.
Because Logar is for the word bearers. That's Logar. Fulgrim. Boom. Got it.
There you go. That's the
even
name.
Fulgrim
rings a bell. Yeah.
Fulgrim, who's so into trying to be perfect, doesn't even come close to Sanguinius, and he envies him for that. You can tell Fulgrim tries to be too hard to be perfect, and Sanguinius kind of is. And what makes him like that is that Sanguinius doesn't think he's that big of a deal. He's like, I'm just here and I'm just doing my thing, and he's there for his brothers and his sons and his mission. He doesn't give a shit about all that. He doesn't care, and he doesn't even feel like he deserves to be seen as the best. He's just trying to be him. And everyone loves him for it. That humility about him, even though he is literally seen as the best fighter, the best looking, the most charismatic, the most worthy to. I mean, he ended up becoming Emperor Secundus one time. and he had to take it reluctantly. And it's like, you're the only one who's worthy of this. And everyone, even Horus himself, was like, you know, the gods would want Sanguinius more than me, you know, and Sanguinius is just held to this high standard. Everyone but Sanguinius holds him up on this big old mantle.
Yeah.
And that's something that really inspires me. And it's like, no matter how if I become successful and I end up making my dreams become a reality, and I'm seen as this cool, charismatic person or whatever, it's like, no, man. It's like everyone has that. Everyone has it in them to be successful. Everyone has it in them to have their own version of the best version of themselves. Everyone has it in them to be inspiring and wonderful. And the more I succeed, the more I kind of humble myself. Because, you know, when you're successful and you have hubris and you are arrogant, you're on borrowed time.
Yeah.
But when you're humble about it, you control. When you're humble, you control how much glory you give yourself. But when you're arrogant, you are not in control. And it's like you're trying to hold that as long as you can. But when you're humble, you're in control of how you want to be seen, you know? Yeah. And I think what also does that is humility inspires people. Because humility says, I'm not that big of a deal, dude. I'm just a guy, just like you. And you can do it as well. I can do it as well. And like I said, it's like my first video where I had a phone has over 800 views. Does that mean that my videos are better than y'all's, who make y'all's own story and voice acting, and y'all have like less than 100 views? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Not a chance, man. Not even close. And at All Ages Geek, that's why when we see channels that put in the effort like you guys put in, it's like we gotta bring them up. We gotta show people this, you know. And I think
appreciate you joining.
Thank you.
Today. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things I really like and respect about Sanguinius. You know, when he's talking to Jagatai Khan, he's like, you know, people are gonna see us how they want to see us. You know, but it is up to us to decide what we think of it and how we see it. And then he leans over to Jagatai Khan, who's the most reserved Primarch, who puts walls in front of everyone. He's like, this is just who I am. I don't trust anyone. It's just me. You know, I don't lower my guard. But Sanguinius cracks him, man. He leans in and he goes, between you and me, brother, I'm not really an angel.
Very
and
true.
he cracks a smile out of Jagatai fucking Khan. And it's because he doesn't take this shit so seriously. He only focuses on the goal. And everyone loves him for it. Everyone loves him for it. Everyone loves him because he loves everyone. You know, even his brothers, all of them. And in the people below him. He doesn't... People... The thing is that when you avoid those positions and you avoid leadership and you avoid to be held in a higher standard, it follows you. You know, it's like you attract what you kind of try and deny or you run away from, you know? And sometimes people think, and people will bestow it on you and throw it on you because they're like, this person isn't trying to seek power. You know, because when people are sought after power, it's like there's a type of people who seek power. You know, there's a heavy focus of a certain type of people who seek power, but those who don't seek power don't abuse it. You know, and it's like I never sought the mantle of leadership, and it's like that's probably why you deserve its burden. And that's how it is with Sanguinius.
No.
It's like, I'm not... Yeah, it's like he doesn't care if he's just one of the other Primarchs, and yet people try and hold him up as the best.
Yeah.
And he's just like, dude, I'm just like you guys. Like, whatever. You are all amazing. You are all wonderful. But, you know, and it's that humility that I really respect about Sanguinius.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's what I strive to be myself.
Well,
you know,
that's one of the great things about hobbies, right? And like all this narrative, all this lore and everything. And the fact is that there's so many great narratives out there that, as you said, that you can relate to as well. It's another aspect of the hobby which is just awesome. So actually have characters,
and that's how people find themselves. That's how people find their faction. That's how people find, they see a story that relates to them, because this world, Warhammer 40k and Warhammer, it's so big. It's so big that everyone can find something they relate to. And for me, I related to the Blood Angels, and before that I related to orcs. Why do I like orcs so much? Okay, orcs love to fight. I love to fight. I enjoy martial arts. I enjoy combat. I think about martial arts and combat every day of my life. I thought about it yesterday. I think about it today. I'm going to think about it tomorrow. So like orcs, I love to fight. And like
what does that say about me though, about ogres?
What does it say about Slaanesh players?
Slaanesh players, very kinky.
It means you need to go to horny jail, sir. Thanks, Age of Nagash. We're all doing well. Thank you.
I was going to say Nagash. Sorry, it won't be a sec, but Nagash, he's actually joined us the previous stream. He's like another AOS streamer as well, and he does very much like, obviously everyone in chat and everything to go check him out, because he's again another great channel, another great guy. So by all means, check him out as well.
Okay.
Just very, very quickly, just catching up with chat as well. So hello world. So why not create a hero with a stand with the Anvil of Apotheosis? So that'd be pretty cool to have that. I base my ideas in certain things. My characters are unique, but Carcosa is based on the city from the King in Yellow.
The King in Yellow.
I think that's a novel, isn't it?
Is that a 40k thing? Because that sounds familiar.
I think it's a novel of some sorts.
Okay. Yeah.
What does that say about?
What does that say about death players?
Well, exactly.
Right? I opened up a can of worms. It's like, now I got to explain it for everyone. But it's for orcs, I relate to them because they like to fight. They have no stress or angst. They're enjoying their life and they have fun. And
they enjoy the nature, isn't it? So
they just love it. They're so happy. It's like,
just who they are.
Imagine the type of happy where you get everything you've ever wanted every day for the rest of your life. How happy would you be?
Yeah.
That's how happy orcs are. And I love that. And another thing is that orcs, if they believe in something, if enough of them believes in something, they can make it happen and it manifests because of the Wa energy. And I believe that if you believe in something enough, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in what you're doing, if you believe in your goal, you can make your goal happen. You throw it out into the world and you can do it and you know that it's going to happen, and then you manifest it and you make it happen. Just like orcs. And that's why I like orcs. That's why. They love to fight. I love to fight. Green is my favorite color. They have no stress and angst. They're just all about having fun, and they don't care about any bullshit going on. And they believe that they can, what they believe in, they manifest. And that's why I like orcs. That's why I have a kinship with them, because it's like me. I'm an orc.
Yeah. And I was going to say, and Agent Nagash there straight away, death is the best. Coming from Nagash himself, yes. I'm not surprised by that comment.
Dead bodies, let the bodies hit the floor. Whew, doggy. Okay, now for a choppy boy. I'm gonna move from knobs. I'm gonna switch to regular boys.
Nice.
And I'm done with my drink, and I think that's it for me, because I feel like if I got another one, I'll start hiccuping. Yeah, I had to take a break because I would hiccup for like 2 days straight after drinking. Yeah. Sodas will make you hiccup, alcohol will make you hiccup, but what happens when you do both? So, yeah, that's it for me on that one, partner. Okay, let's see. Do I even have any more Orc Boy bodies to work with, or am I fresh out?
The model's coming along for the Iron Blaster anyway. So,
here we go. Yeah.
Agent Nagash, if you're still there, Matt experienced ogres the other day, and obviously you can tell you the how that went down. But yeah, the ogres, first time using them, very surprised. And I thoroughly enjoyed them.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to make another choppy boy. Here we go. How do I want to do this, though? Okay, I'm gonna let the chat decide. Do I give him a chopper or an axe? Do I give him kind of like a sword-ish thing? Or do I give them a chainsaw sword, a chainsword? What should this boy have?
Vampire Count player for 20 years. So, yes, I can... Honestly, I'm in the same kind of category there. Vampire Count player for... It's probably about 20 years, 22, well, it's around that region anyway. So I've had Vampire Counts, I've had Tomb Kings, I've got Night Haunt now. So yeah, obviously Flesh Eater Courts is coming up. So yeah, I've had many death armies for sure. I think you'll find Matt was lucky enough to experience ogres. Yeah.
Okay,
Sean,
fellas,
awesome.
let me. How many of y'all have ever clipped a little piece of the model off your sprue, and it fell straight to the floor under you, and probably under something?
Oh, many times. And I've got grey carpets at the moment in this room. So basically, it just blends, and I'm just like, damn it.
Yeah, I got it. I grabbed it though. I used my little monkey foot and I grabbed it. So here it is. Saved it. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I can't decide if I want to go with a chainsaw or an axe. I might go with the chainsaw axe. Chainsaw.
Axe. Do both.
Oh, you know what? I am going to stick with the chainsword right here. I want to do something with this. Yeah. There you go. But it's your boy. It's your boys. I think I'm only able to make like one more after this, or this might be it as far as like regular boys, because I don't see any more torsos available for me to use.
That's good going though. At least you're getting
closer.
Yeah, getting this model assembled.
I gotta earn that pile of shame, baby. I gotta earn it. Yeah. It's like I have my own pile of shame. I'm so proud.
It's an Agent of Gash, so the model is not complete if you're not missing a tiny piece, Sean. That is the way.
See, Agent of Gash knows what he's talking about.
Where the green
knows what he's talking about. He does, because remember, I'm still new to this hobby bit. I may be pretty familiar with Warhammer 40K, but I am still new to Age of Sigmar, and I am new to the hobby part. So, and I think that's what makes the series more organic, because essentially it's just a series of videos following me as I go on my painting journey and I go on my hobby journey. Yeah. And eventually it's going to lead up to a battle report series.
Nice.
You know, and that's where it's going to take everything I've learned to make it, to make it something special. And I plan on moving, and I might actually move to Hawaii. So if I film my battle report series there, I might film the battle report series there. But who knows? If I do really, really well, maybe I'll fly one of you guys out, and we'll do a collab and make a battle report.
Be more than happy to accommodate that.
Yeah. If you could get me over there, sure, let's do it.
Yeah. No, not even that, to be honest. When things open up, that'll be something something quite enjoyable for sure.
Definitely. I can't wait for that, man. I can't wait. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just start crying whenever I'm finally doing my first battle report. I'm like, look at me, I'm here. Like I'm doing a battle report and I'm filming it, no less. I definitely want to see it happen, because I'm the type of person, I have this thing where I always believe in the war of the dice. Yeah. You guys have heard the heart of the cards? Or for orcs, it's the war of the dice. And here's how it works. The wall of the dice is when you have faith in your rolls and Gork bless you. And how that works is you end up getting a lot of dakas. You end up getting a lot of attacks Oh, thank you, Major Nagash. You end up getting a lot of high rolls, 4 or 5s, and all that, and you end up hitting a lot. And not only does it give you good rolls, but it also mucks about with your opponent's rolls. So not only do you start rolling good, your opponent starts rolling bad. But if you drop your Wa energy, it's gonna come and bite you in the ass. So you have to keep up. You have to keep up. Yeah. So you gotta stay orky. You gotta appease Gorgamork. So for example, it's like, do you want to Overwatch? What's an orc gonna say?
I'm gonna say no to that.
You are so full of it, and you know it. An orc is always gonna be like, hell yeah. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to shoot the hell out of them. When my dice wants everyone dead, thus it becomes a tie. Right? And then now, you do it, and then Gorkamork bless you. And that's how it works. It's the wall of the dice. Because here's the thing. There's nothing more dangerous than an orc player that has hot rolls throughout the whole game. Nothing in the entire game is more dangerous than an orc player with hot rolls. Always and forever.
Oh, this is
God, do you guys remember that because we're gonna get more orc stuff tomorrow. Yeah. But you guys remember that last orc model that they made that was like, these orcs are bigger than boys, but they're smaller than knobs? I saw a tweet. They said, my God, they did it. They made Primaris boys.
Primaris boys.
My God, they did it. The crazy bastards did it. They made Primaris boys. I'm like, God damn it. It was so funny.
That sounds good.
Shit. I just couldn't. I couldn't after that. The mad bastards. Oh, but it's our time, baby. It's our time. Orc players are going to rejoice tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of noise on the internet, man. And I'm going to
been previewing a lot, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to lose my fucking mind, dude. Oh, my God.
No, I was going to say something for sure. I'll be checking out as well. So
I'm
we'll be
so excited, dude.
Yeah.
Just can't fight it.
You can't fight it. Can't fight it, man. It's the green boys. The green boys. They'll always come for you. Can't escape it. What makes orcs unique is that they're the faction you can become the most unique with your style with. If you want to do something kind of crazy with them, you can. It'll fit. Oh, it's a tie due to nothing left on the table. My last model killed their model, and their model blew up, killing mine. Wouldn't that be great? What a way to end it.
Yeah.
God.
Good story.
That would be an amazing way to end the game, man. Holy cow. I would love that. I'd be so impressed.
I am absolutely losing my mind at the moment. I'm looking for a piece of this miniature for
we lost
ages. I am not kidding, honestly.
Oh my God.
I need better lighting because I can't see it at the moment, which I know is not the fact. So where the hell is it? Come on.
What's going on? What's up with this? Quit mucking about.
Just walk around barefoot. You'll find it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Your foot will end up like grabbing it for you, and it'll stick to your foot.
It's just like Lego.
Oh, God. Here's the thing, though. You don't want to step on Legos because they'll hurt you. You don't want to step on your minis because you'll hurt them.
You hurt them,
That's true. Well, if you play enough,
there's nothing worse. You feel like you accidentally kicked your dog whenever you step on one of your minis and you hear a crunching noise. You're like, no. And then your dog happens to run up like,
so it hurts me as much.
Oh, it hurts me as much. You're calling models.
So
whenever you just pick them up, never mind anything else. They
will draw blood. They will draw blood.
God. Them Sparky boys, you can't move them around for nothing. I took a screenshot. I don't know if I still have it, but essentially it's how orcs talk shit before their fights. And it was just so savage, dude. Oh my God. I wonder if I still have it. Let me see.
If I do,
I'm gonna laugh if I do. I'd cry. because one of them was for chaos players. It's your Zogan Grot of a war god wishes he was Gorgon Wishes is like your Zogan Grot of a corn god wishes he had orcs.
Tell you what, if we ever have orcs on the channel, you're doing the voiceovers.
You're doing the voices.
Oh yeah. Oh, let me know, man, and I'll provide the voices. Oh yeah, we'll make it happen. Give me some practice.
Right.
And then it's like when it's Necrons, it's like, oi, yous want to repeat the past? Will we Zogan crump you till you go back to bed again? And then you have the Eldar, and when it's the Eldar, it's like, but no, seriously, who's we fighting?
Like that one. That's good.
And then when it's Imperium, it's just your Emperor's Grot.
Enough said, I guess.
Simple.
I was going to say that one's fair.
Your Emperor's Grot. It's like that Zogan corn god wishes he was Gorgon.
I tell you what, it's enough. It's one of the armies which I was kind of leaning towards a split between ogres and obviously orcs in AOS, but same thing. Yeah, I was torn between either or, but I obviously went with ogres just because obviously it just appealed a bit more. But yeah, orcs though, they've always got that thing that appeals to me because again I used to play World of Warcraft. And
me too, dude.
And I was like, oh, so good.
Whenever I play against Tyranids, it's like, oi, boys, we's about to have a proper payday. There's plenty of teeth.
You definitely got that voice nailed down.
How long have you been practicing that voice?
Dude, I've actually been practicing how to speak proper Cockney. So whenever I do the orc voice, because I can distort it if I train myself to speak Cockney. Oi, how's your mother? How's you doing, blood? I practice me Cockney, and I try and make it sound right and proper, but oi, it's a challenge. So, but it's so much easier to do whenever I'm an orc. It's like, oi, when I speak orky, this all that, this all I needs to be mucking about. Oi, boys. What kind of stream finger thing coming up right here? They's not talking about orcs. That's gonna change, boy. Throw the Zog and get in the portal and see if it's safe.
Have you actually got lines already prepped, by the way?
Other than the ones I told y'all, not really. But I should. But what I should do is write out like a little dialogue and just read it as an orc, just to kind of like practice it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was going to say with because obviously what we tend to do as well is obviously once we've done their voiceovers for the characters, depending on obviously, for instance, when I did the ogre the other day, obviously you change the pitch, all that kind of stuff to make it sound deeper and bellowing. You're like a big massive obviously ogres talking it.
Oh shit! I found it.
Have you got
it? I found it. You want me to read it to you?
Go on.
Okay. All right. So the Elder. You fighting with Elder? But seriously, which army is you fighting me with? And then you have humans, Imperial Guard. Your emperors are Grot. And then you have Chaos. Ew?
Ew.
Ew? Your git of a spiky war god wishes he was an orc god. Necrons. We's gonna crump you back to bed. Again. Just like last time. And then you have the Tyranids. Oi, would you look at that, lads? Puny Yumi's called this a buggy invasion. Oi's called this a payday. And then you have the Mechanicus. All that flashy mechin bits, and we still make things work better than yous.
Where are these voices from? Is that from Dawn of War?
I base it off of all the orc voices I hear, and Dawn of War is a big influence for sure. And then you have the Tau. Nice Daka. but you's got no choppers.
No, good job.
And that's it. That's my shit talking list for
That's good, though.
every race I run into.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. That's how I taunt them. It's so funny. It's like
No.
I'm fighting chaos, and then I'm just like, ew? Who are you? You're not even worth our notice. It's like,
It's like what Sentinel is 2 right there, though, isn't he? But if you step on a metal model, your metal model will have blood for the blood god, definitely. 'cause
oh yeah.
I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
history of that as well, and that is painful.
Man, freaking this hobby will take a bucket of blood out of you for sure. For sure, man. Without a doubt.
Okay,
Use
so
this orc head.
I did eventually find that missing piece, which is awesome.
Hey, yo, here we go. Here we go. You know what? Do I even have to click this off, or can I just push it and it'll just come right off? Yeah, there we go. You ever just have some of them that are on the spruce where you don't have to clip it off. You kind of just push it and it just pops right off. God bless. Hail Gorgamorph,
Sean,
man. Yes, sir.
How long have you been in the hobby for?
I was introduced to Warhammer 40k through Dawn of War.
Oh, cool.
The very first one.
Yeah.
And
That's
from
great,
there,
yeah.
I was just hooked. So
Yeah.
you can go from there to there. And then when Battle for McCraig box set came out, I got that and I painted it, but I was never able to play a game. I was never able to afford it. I didn't have my own money then, and my parents were going to spend that money.
Yeah.
So it pretty much went dead then. So all I had access to was just the Dawn of War games and Warhammer-based video games. And I kept up with the lore, and now, here we are. So when did does anyone know when Dawn of War came out? When did that come out? And then we could work with that. And that's how long I've been into Warhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how long I've been in it, man. I've been in it for a while, and I gotta say, it's one of the very most welcoming hobbies out there. And I think I have an idea as to why. Here's why I think the Warhammer hobby is actually as welcoming as it is, because it's a hobby where the very practice of it inspires others, and there's a support system with it. Yeah. Because everyone is expressing themselves artistically. Everyone is participating in something that calms them, that calms their mind and de-stresses them. Like people say that when they paint, they're kind of in their zen, they're kind of in their zone.
Yeah.
So people are in something that's helping their mental health. So there's one. And two, because part of the hobby is showing off your work to other people, you end up having that support from other people. It's like, here's this model I worked hard on, and everyone's like, dude, that model looks so good, that's so awesome, here's mine. And then everyone is showing off what they did. It's like, oh, that looks cool, here's mine, oh, here's mine. And then everyone starts to come together to share what they've worked on. And that's where that positivity comes from. That's why it's a welcoming community, because one, we love it. Two, it helps us de-stress. And three, we share our experiences and our work with one another. And we praise each other for it. And we support each other for it. Yeah. Yep, boom. Thank you, Age of Nagash.
Yep.
2000, yep.
Cool.
2004.
Yeah, I think this hobby is quite nice in the sense that everyone's quite supportive of each other, aside from mild bits of toxicity once in a while. But you're just they're generally asking for critiques and comments. Yeah. It's all generally very friendly. No one's ever putting people down. It's like, oh, your model looks like shit or whatnot, right?
And you know something? When someone does do that, they get fucking dogpiled by everyone else saying, hey, you know what? Fuck you, guy. It's like, man, you sitting there, you talking shit like you weren't there. Fuck off. Yeah, people don't put up with that in the Warhammer hobby. They protect each other in this hobby. Yeah. Because the thing is everyone relates to, because everyone goes on the same journey. Everyone starts off, everyone has their insecurities on their first models. Everyone has that aha moment where they feel really proud of it. Everyone has that moment where it's the aha moment again when you put your models on the battlefield for the first time. It gives you a sense of pride that very little else can, because it's yours and it belongs to you. You know, it's like you watch an anime, but the anime doesn't belong to you. All you can share is just how you experience the anime. But you spend time with these models that are uniquely yours because you put them together and you paint them, and it's yours and it's special because it's yours. So it's personal. And that's why people are so passionate about it, because it's their work, and everyone's army is a reflection of them and their art. So that's why every model is unique.
Exactly, and this is one of the reasons, again, for the stuff that we do, where the actual creativity of the lore as well. So not just the miniatures. So they do kit bashing, obviously, and even if it's not kit bashing and it's their own miniature, their own painting, their own style, and then they create this lore behind it, and then we take in that lore, we obviously create it, put it within our pocket realm, have that shown on our channel, so then they're showing their creativity, their hard work into this lore as well to share it with everyone else. It's just one of those things where it's made us appreciate. I mean, we knew this talent, we knew this love for the game in terms of the lore aspects was out there, but just seeing all these submissions coming through and people connecting us, just talking to us about their lore, about how they can integrate it and a load of other things. It's just awesome. Like every aspect of it. Yeah.
And what separates it from fandoms where they just watch shows is that anyone can watch a show and everyone has their own show and viewing experience. Yeah. But when it comes to Warhammer, everyone goes on a journey. You're not just looking at it anymore. You're not just playing it on the game. Everyone has put in some amount of effort into putting it together, into painting it. And it's that journey that really brings hobbyists together, because these are people who dedicate hours to paint it, to put it together and to paint it. They prick their fingers, they have that moment where they struggle on it. Shit. And now people share that journey, that work. And that's what another factor that really makes it a welcoming community, because you share it with other people. It's more than just a view. It's more than just a 2-hour movie or 20-minute episode. It's an hour upon hour dedication and journey to creating something that ends up shockingly coming out in your image.
Yeah, for sure. Nagash, right on. Yep.
Yeah. And that's why I think Warhammer is one of the least toxic fandoms, and it's one of the most welcoming, and that's why it's perfect for all ages of geek. And one of the things we're going to have with each episode of All Ages of Warhammer is we're going to have a segment at the end of it called Mini of the Week. So what we do is we have viewers sending their minis and their models to aaogwarhammer@gmail.com. Eyebrow raise, eyebrow raise, eyebrow raise. aaogwarhammer@gmail.com, and they would send us a picture of their mini, a description of what the mini is, and any kit bashes or modifications. And at the end of each episode, I highlight it and I start talking about it. I'm like, I like what they did here and this and that. And for example, and I promote anything they want to promote. So if the person who submitted a mini was a content creator, then I'm like, this person has a YouTube channel, go follow them. This person has a vlog. This person has a podcast. Go follow this person's Twitter account, whatever social media they want to share. So I not only highlight the mini that they submitted to me, but I also give them a shout out and promote them. And that's because isn't that what we do in this Warhammer hobby? We've had someone straight up show us their mini in this stream. That's what we do. And now All Age of Warhammer can now actively participate in that hobby by showing off people's work. And that's part of the hobby. And that's how we interact with the community, the Warhammer community. As we said, we have a focus on interactivity. And I think it's a wonderful way to do it.
No, I agree. I mean, it's one of the things where, again, with the Warhammer community, again, we started on Instagram, and the community there is amazing. And then we ventured over to YouTube. Well, in fact, we ventured over to Facebook, And yeah, there, some groups hit and miss now and again, but that's just, you're going to get that now and again.
I never miss with orcs. I'm so lucky. Because orcs, as I said, they're the least toxic of all of them. Yeah.
But that's it. But in general, it's been perfect. I mean, honestly, the community is so welcoming, so great. Everyone's communicating. It's just amazing. And then we ventured over to YouTube, and then we've had so many people from obviously these different mediums then obviously come join us on YouTube, because again, it's just great to have that that connection with the community as well, which is just it's one thing that since I've started YouTube, I'll say we started YouTube even, it's been one of those, it's been a learning experience for sure, because obviously again there is a lot of time, commitment, effort behind it, but at the same time it's so rewarding as well. And that's one thing that came out more surprise than anything, was the rewarding side and community, obviously having that connection with the community as well.
And it's rewarding on so many levels. It's rewarding on the models put together. It's rewarding on sharing it. It's rewarding on the success that comes from it.
Oh yeah.
It's just so rewarding all around. That's what's really great. Even our most toxic area of the hobby is still a lot better than other places, and we're very, very lucky with that. And that's the thing why GW needs to watch out, because we are a group of very passionate people. All right. And if they don't, they're going to fuck around and find out. They're about to fuck around and find out, because we are passionate people, and we are very protective of our hobby, sometimes to an unnecessary degree. But I think to an extent, I feel like as far as protecting the customers, because I say I'm protective of the hobby, not for the lore or any of that other bullshit. I'm protective of the hobby I'm protective of the people who practice the hobby, which is a more accurate way of saying it. I'm protective of the customers, and I'm protective of the audience who enjoy Warhammer, because everyone who does it loves it. And I just hate the idea of any company taking these very passionate and very kind people and just sucking away as much as they can from them. Something that genuinely helps our mental health and helps bring us together. And now it's like, you have to buy that. You can't buy a welcoming community. You can't buy a hobby that helps you decompress, but I don't like the idea of any company thinking that they can buy that from us and that we'd have to buy that from them. So that's why I'm protective of the Warhammer community and the hobby, so that's why whenever someone's like, I'm just going to do 3D printing, I'm like, go off, man. Because I like the idea, because I want to support GW. Of course I do. And I do to an extent. But that doesn't mean, but as a supporter and as a fan, I owe it to myself to tell them what they need to hear. And GW needs to do the same thing. And I feel like over time they will. But right now we're just in that little area where, we kind of have to wait and see what happens. But the thing is, though, is it's an inevitability, because the more popular GW gets, the more attention they will get. And the more attention they get, the more questions they'll have to answer. And they're the same questions that we've been asking. So for me, I feel like it's just an inevitability. But if you want it to change, to come by quicker, you got to be vocal about it. And that's why whenever someone in the chat said, I just 3D print my shit, I'm like, go off and 3D print that. Because the second they make it more accessible to us, that's the second we'll be happy to go and buy it. You think we don't want to buy y'all stuff? We do. It's amazing. But we need to take care of ourselves financially. So it's just that delicate balance, man. And that's why starter kits, go ahead, buy it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and buy it. I think it's worth the investment. I think it's where GW's smart with the cash, but everything else, it's like, overtime. And it will work out over time.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I know a few streamers on Twitch as well who do a lot of the 3D printing and miniatures and stuff. And yeah, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong, obviously, at all with doing that. I mean,
Not
especially
at
if
all.
you've got the capability of doing it as well.
I know I'm going to invest in a 3D printer myself for sure, eventually. But you know, I will never have a problem supporting the official release.
No.
And you know, GW has definitely come a long way from where it's at, and I think they're going to continue to grow. But it's apparent that they need to change because they are growing at a very fast rate. I think they're growing at a rate that's faster, that's even too fast for them to keep up with. Hence why they're coming across all these things and why they're not totally confident in interacting with the community just yet, other than like Twitter and things like that. I'm talking more like YouTube. Boom.
Yeah. I was going to say that social media presence, though, it's got so much better compared to obviously when I started out in the hobby. It's insane how good it's got right now.
Yeah, they're doing good on social media presence. Definitely. Kudos to them. They got to do that on YouTube. Yeah. Because they still have a lot to learn with YouTube. And, you know, I was pretty ecstatic whenever they were working with Sayama Peterson and Astartes and, you know, all of those projects. But there's a part of me, and my brother was saying the same thing, is like, we're nervous. We're scared. We're scared that, you know, they're going to take away what makes this special and the freedom of that. You know, we're all worried about that.
Sometimes, isn't it? If they get too involved in a project, whether they start steering it away from what makes a project interesting or good. Because I mean, like, if they start saying like, okay, you can do this with your art or with your, let's take example for example, Astartes. Let's say of like, okay, you can do this, but we have to use these chapters. You have to do this storyline. You can't show this. You have to do that. They take away that freedom and they take away that expression. It doesn't help.
Yeah. And the point of 40K is to create your own story.
Exactly. They should be helping artists and people express the hobby in different ways. And it does, even if it goes against, say, canon, or if it goes against what's something that they would prefer.
Yeah, and they need to be okay with that. If a creator makes something that, you know, they don't really agree with, then just slap a non-canon thing. Yep. Yeah. Agent Agash hits it on the head again.
Yep.
They just gotta do that. Just leave it alone.
The only time I've seen them have the comments on, and again, is more likely by error, was when Lord Croak miniature came up, and he obviously published that on YouTube. They had the comments on there, and everyone was going wild. Saying as Lord Croak who enabled the comment section.
They need to have the guts to do it, man, and they need to accept the fact that they're gonna have to deal with the shitstorm at first, but eventually it will calm down. But that's gonna be their punishment for not doing that. But here's the thing: if oh my god, like, think about it, something just so subtle as turning on the YouTube comments, you guys are gonna hear about it. It's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna blow up. Everyone's gonna talk about it. They're like, holy shit, Warhammer has turned on their YouTube comments. Holy cow. And guess what's gonna happen to the Warhammer YouTube channel?
No, it's gonna get even better.
It's gonna get so many views because everyone is gonna hear, they turned on the comments. Guess where everyone's gonna go? The Warhammer YouTube channel. Guess what channel is gonna get so many more views because of that? The Warhammer YouTube channel. Guess what's gonna blow up even more because they have comments on, which, as I said earlier, the YouTube algorithm favors what?
Yeah, exactly.
Interaction. That equals comments. They are not doing themselves favors by turning the comments off. They're cutting off their other arm. If they just turned it on, everyone would go batshit crazy in the comments. But here's the thing, GW, that's what you want. You want a shitstorm of comments in your YouTube videos, because now YouTube's gonna say, people are watching and interacting in this video. Let's promote it. And guess who gets all that promotion, GW? You do. Turn your comments on. Do yourself a favor.
Just do it.
Hold your ground with the shitstorm. Trust me, it's a good thing. It's like whenever you're building muscle and working out. When you eat eggs and your body is digesting that protein and building muscle, you have to hear a couple of farting noises. But let me tell you something. It's a sign of strength. It means you're building muscle. It means you're getting stronger. Just like it's just something you're going to live with.
That's the
It makes
strangest
sense.
analogy for
It makes sense because when they turn on their YouTube comments, they're going to get a shitstorm of stuff. But that's a good sign.
It's funny because, I mean, like, it feels like they're just so afraid of getting negative comments or negative backlash.
They need to straight up face it head on.
I mean,
They
like,
will
they get
grow
it
as a
anyways.
company.
It's just they don't see it, and they feel like that's better. I don't understand it. It seems very
It's
strange.
just- They have enough money for a team to navigate through all of that. There's no reason they shouldn't. There's just no reason they shouldn't. And the second, in the day they turn on the YouTube comments, that's the day that you're going to end up seeing it on your recommendations on YouTube. That's the day that it's going to make the fucking trending list on YouTube, dog. So, GW, do yourself a favor and stop shooting yourself in the foot. It's just they need to hire professionals who know YouTube. They need to hire professionals who know what millennials and what Gen Z go to. They need to know that because their business practices are outdated and obsolete, and they got to change it.
So do you reckon they will on YouTube? Or do you reckon they're just not going to they're going to play the cards still close to the chest and not allow freedom of feedback coming through YouTube? Do you reckon they'll keep it?
Honestly, they shouldn't give a shit what negative stuff comes up on the YouTube channel.
No, I agree.
Because it's another comment. It's another comment.
They haven't done it yet.
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they are. But here's the thing. They're also going to get people congratulating them.
Yeah.
It's the internet, man. You're going to get... but that initial wave of negativity is going to be fucking earned. They're going to have to bear through that.
Yeah.
They're going to have to bear with it. But after the next couple of videos, though, it will eventually go away because the internet has so much information going in and out that they're going to move on quickly. That's just how it works. So turn them on, deal with the initial wave of shitstorm. It's a good thing, actually. And there you go. Boom. It's all it takes.
So you're saying also with those great YouTube channels like Astartes, they made the guy deletes his YouTube videos. That only makes it hard for people to find our hobby. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one thing I'll say
We
is
just
it's
want
like
too
we
much
have to
control over their stuff sometimes.
Yeah, they need to relax and let go. Because here's the thing, they're being hypocritical about it because they literally are giving away their IP to random companies in hopes that it'll give them more promotion. The only difference is
the thing,
they have
isn't
to
it?
pay
Like
for
they
that
give up
and
their
they
IP
get
for
it.
like really bad game developers.
Yeah, but the
Kinda
thing
like
is that
crappy mobile games or whatever. But they're
Yeah.
just so afraid to give it to like really talented, really passionate people. But they'll give it out to like this one company that can do like a mobile game. It's like,
Well, I think it was a smart move on their part because essentially they just give it out to everyone who wants to try and do something with it. And if it bombs, no one's going to hear about it. But if it does well, GW stands to win. I think it was a smart move on their part. And they literally getting that for free on YouTube, dog, by people who have talent. What are you doing? It's just so frustrating. Put me in that room. Give me 5 minutes with the two founders. Oh my god. But they'll wise up eventually.
yeah, we can hope.
Alright, guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'll leave the screen in your capable hands, Matt.
Sure.
Good luck, Matt.
That's a lot of pressure.
Matt, do something. Everyone's leaving. No, stop. Wait. Don't go. No, stop. Wait.
Trust me, like Chris is the one that's in charge of all the social media and the being
Yeah.
present on the internet thing. I'm just in the background.
He hit me
Hence
up,
why
and
I
I'm all
show
like,
my face.
yeah. He hit me up, and I'm all like, this guy's a go-getter. It's like, hey, it would be cool if you follow us and this and that and this and that. And I'm like, okay, so I got sent an automatic message. But it's like this dude went through the trouble of setting this up, putting it out there to promote his Dice Saga on YouTube. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, look at the stream. Look at the stuff you guys got up. You have the little pop-up saying like and subscribe. You guys set all this up. And I'm like, okay, we can do better than this. And then I hit him back up and I go, hey, you want an interview? You wanna do something? You wanna do a collab? Because I'm branching out anyways. I'm gonna be doing this anyways, working with other Warhammer content creators. I'm actually getting a interview set up for the podcast with Norn Queen Alexis. So all of that is gonna be happening. So it's like, yeah, the man is putting in effort. So when I see effort, I think it's deserved. Let's do it. All right.
I appreciate that. Because, we do put quite a bit of effort into what we're doing. And, part of it's fun, part of it would be nice if we get appreciation or get some attention from people. Because that's why we do this.
Yeah.
We want people to see our content, enjoy what we're doing, and just kind of enjoy everything that we put out there.
Yeah, and there's process. Yes, and everyone to an extent suffers for their art, but the thing is that people see what you give them, but they don't see what you give for them. That's the thing.
Explain that. That's deep.
It's like you guys give them a video where y'all voice act it yourselves, and y'all do a battle report and create a story out of it. And what goes into that? What goes into the editing? What goes into the voice acting? What goes into the coordination? What goes into the promotion? All of that. But all people see is just a little cinematic thing with some voices and some cool effects. But as I said, people see what you give them, but they don't see what you give for them. How long are you guys staying up working on this? How long are you guys making meetings talking about what can we do to move this along and expand this? They don't see you working the cold market like y'all did with me, hit me up saying, hey, you want to follow us and support us and this and that. People don't see that. People don't see that effort. They just see the content you throw out there, and they don't see the work you put in behind the curtain. You guys bring on guests and have these streams and interact. But you gotta take 3 hours out of your day. You gotta get everything prepped up. You gotta make sure the other guy's there. That doesn't even talk about building up to it. So that's why when I see that, I'm like, yeah, this is deserved. Let's do this. I can do better than give y'all follow and retweet y'all's tweet. Let's rock and roll. And here we are.
And which we greatly appreciate. But it's one thing. It's one of those things, and it's the amount of effort and time, obviously, we put into this, but also we get so much out of it as well. That's one thing that these stories that we tell, like this video editing, everything like that, we really enjoy the whole process. Otherwise, first of all, we just wouldn't do it. If we didn't enjoy what we're doing, we just wouldn't do it. But
absolutely,
100% get what you're saying in terms of obviously the amount of time, effort. I mean, fact is, on Nagash's channel, where it was me, Agent Nagash, 2+ Tough, and AOS Coach. So basically, me and Matt, obviously Dice Sagas, and those guys, we were like the newbies, if you like, new kids on the block. And and we basically, all of us went through our experiences of how we started up with a YouTube channel. Some have been doing it for 6 years, and 3 years, 4 years, and we were about 5 months.
and that's why that saying is so important to me. It's people, and that's why it really is a big difference when you see your audience straight up saying, dude, I really appreciate everything you do. I appreciate the work you guys put out. Because like I said, people only see what you give them, and they don't see what you give for them. And it's a heck of a lesson to consider.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in all honesty, it's a lot of the, I suppose with the videos we've done so far, again, we've had some great feedback. We've also had some negative, but again, that's with everything.
It's expected.
No, it's expected. And then on top of that, though, we've had some absolutely awesome feedback, which just makes your day, makes the whole thing worth it as well. on top of our own love for it, but it's other people's appreciation, saying, "Oh, I really loved how you did that. Oh, I love watching your streams whilst I work, whilst I paint." And that for me is just awesome. And I've had quite a lot of that feedback. And
it really inspires you to do more and be better.
Yeah.
You know, and I have my process of shifting through comments and things like that. It's like, okay, because I know sometimes in the moderators, when we would go through YouTube comments, they kind of like show a comment, they show a negative comment. And I'm like, why are we being shown this comment? We're not getting any feedback. It's just someone just being an asshole. Yeah. It's like, why are we doing this attention? Fuck them. You know, pull up a comment that says good stuff. Pull up a comment that has feedback. Even if they're being nasty about it, they're straight up giving us feedback. Read it and then take what you got, take what information comes, and then wipe your ass with it and throw it in the trash. You know, take what's useful. Yeah. If you get a negative comment that has feedback, take the feedback, wipe your ass with it, and throw it out. You know, and when you get positive feedback, you give them the attention. You give them the thank you. I really appreciate this and that. You know, because you guys we ain't got time to focus on that bullshit, man. You got to focus on just the feedback and the positivity, and that keeps us going. It keeps us going. So
I mean, constructive. We've had some constructive feedback, which is always, and to be honest, it's been great. And some of it is, again, it's because what we do is quite unique in the sense of our battle reports and that kind of thing. So people who are used to the, you know, I would say the normal, in quotation marks, battle reports, you know, where you roll the dice, all that kind of stuff. It's great content, and I've watched it myself, but it's not what we wanted to do. But many people were like, "Oh, what's this?" And, you know, it's not what we used to seeing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, they actually full on board with it. They really appreciate it, and which now we've actually got a bit of a community starting to build now, which is awesome. With some
and it will.
Yeah,
and it will build, and you guys will get a bit of our audience when we do a reversal too. And it's just how it works, man. You know.
Oh yeah.
Because even though All Edges of Geek is not new and it's very well established, we still don't have much of a footprint in the hobby space in Warhammer, and that's what I'm doing. I am creating that space, and I am working on establishing All Edges of Geek and bringing it to Warhammer. Yeah. So that's what's going on.
Which is going to be awesome, though, as well. I mean, obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing your bat reps. That'd be pretty cool.
I just want to hear the orcs.
Just want to hear the orcs. Yeah.
Oh, dude, when you guys, I'm serious though. When you guys do one of those, just say, hey, we're doing one that has orcs. Just send me a list of all the lines. I'll record them and I'll send them to y'all, and it'll be great. I would love it.
No problem.
No problem. That would be so kick ass.
Well, if you ever need lines for anything for your battle reports, let us know. We can do vice versa. No problem.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I want to do? Like if I ever do a battle report where I'm fighting against a Tau player, I want to take a kick-ass B-roll shot where it goes across the commander. If he rolls like a wound and kills my units, I want to do a B-roll shot that goes across the Tau commander's face. And it says, for the greater good. And then it pulls up to the gun, and it goes from his face to the gun and says, for the greater good. And then you see the gun charge up, and then bam! And you see the camera go from here to across the map. The camera goes across the battlefield, and we edit in a blast in it, and we follow the blast, and then the blast starts to turn. And now the camera's behind the blast. And now the blast, you can see the blast get close to hitting the unit that it killed. And then, bam! How badass of a shot would that be?
I like your cinematography.
Yeah, for the greater good. Bam! There's the shot, hits it, lands, badass. And I think there's more to it, and it creates more to it than just seeing a laser go across the top of the screen and pew pew. And then like a little exploding effect. Like, you know, I just have to learn how to manipulate these models without showing my hands doing it, you know? And I'll attach a string and do all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as the person who's doing the battle report has enough patience to help me film that, I think that would be really something kick-ass, and that's what I want to bring to my battle report. That's really what I want to do to bring to my battle report. Create a funny skit with the orcs. Create a badass shot with the orcs, and eventually, if it gets big enough, I want to hire an animator to animate these scenes.
See,
that
is next step for sure. I mean, we're still very early days, so it's
and it's fun to talk about that. I'm not scared of the mountain when I look up on it. I look up on it and I literally spit at it.
Look at it, challenge accepted.
Let's fucking rock, But obviously, you start off one step at a time, baby. But it's a good goal, and I'd like that. It's like, let's get an animator to animate it. So, like, let's say there's a turn where there's 4 boys and 2 Marines, and now at the end of the turn, it's 1 boy and still 2 Marines, and then now the animator needs to animate a badass fight scene between 2 Space Marines and 4 orcs. And I've always thought about stuff like that. Like, for example, a Space Marine versing like a Space Marine versing an orc. I like the idea of seeing Gaskell take a Space Marine with his claw, crush it, and then slam it into something next to him, like a car or something. And as he does that, he slams it into it, and it goes into the vehicle. And then Gaskell presses down on it on top of it with his gun. Now crushes the Space Marine with his shooter, and then rapid fire.
Yeah.
Like, man, grab it, bam, gun, boom, 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 boom. Shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, imagine an animation where Gaskell, like, for example, let's take Gaskell again, or let's take a Space Marine. A Space Marine is fighting the Carnifex, and the Space Marine kills the Carnifex. So now we can have an animation where the Space Marine lunges and he eats the Space Marine. And then the Carnifex is stumbling, and then it falls over, and then the Space Marine comes bursting out of its belly. Shit like that. Animating shit like that.
So you're right.
I wish there was I wish there was more people that did animations for these kind of things, but it's so hard to find.
No, I agree.
Just because it's on 2 different kind of spectrums of artistic talent, I guess. Because people that are in this hobby are very detail oriented and they can do like major painting, fine, no problem. But like, I don't know how many of them would be, so technical that they can do like video animations to the degree that you want, at least.
But if anything, we know it's possible.
Definitely very possible.
But I definitely do want
tapping into that kind of resource.
I find someone on Twitter that does good work and I have the means to pay them. I will fucking invest in that, man. A battle report where each turn will have, or at the end of each thing, boom, you have the animation for it. It's kind of like with like Deadliest Warrior. You see them talking about all this stuff and going through the process, and when it's over, you see it all come together in this little cinematic fight. It could be kind of like that, except it goes turn by turn, So whenever the turn is over, now the entire turn and the events of the turn get animated. And
that was so cool.
That would be so cool, dude. That would be so cool. And now we're voice acting these things, or just hiring professionals. But that's like a next level battle report, and that's my ambition for that. That's what I want.
I did check into. Yeah, I was going to say I did check into again this guy that I watch on Twitch. He did say he's really keen. It sounds amazing. I'd love to do the work for you as well. And then he quoted me the price, and I was like, maybe not quite yet. So I'll be more than happy doing the voice acting myself, and on me and Matt, should I say? But,
it's just what are you willing to pay? Because I know that type of battle report, what an investment. You got to invest in the lighting, the cameras, you playing it, the other person, and then straight up, you have to pay the animator, and then voice actor. But I'll tell you what, though, a battle report on that level there's no way that I just see it easily every time one of those comes up. It easily cracks over 1 million views, or it cracks over hundreds of thousands of views.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, how cool would it be to bring?
I mean, if you got something to that kind of quality, it would deserve it, right?
Yeah,
that much effort,
dude.
That much thought, and that much, everything, all that talent being put into one video, it deserves to get that much recognition, right?
What I would do also is that I would try so hard to get Voldemort to voice act anytime rules need to be said, or just to talk about the rules. Because Voldemort's Guide to Warhammer, his voice is just amazing, and it's perfect for 40K and just Warhammer in general. His voice is just so wonderful, and he's a wonderful gentleman. I would absolutely pay him to voice act. And I also want to film a Yu-Gi-Oh parody of battle reports. It's like I activate the skill or whatever it is. Keep the boys in line, and then you just have some characters like, what's that mean? And then there's Voldemort with his kick-ass voice saying, "Keep the boys in line" is a skill that Gaskell has, and you keep the boys in. You auto pass the morale test by critically injuring another orc. So just explaining the rules, and someone with the kick-ass voice explains the rules, and then we just make like that parody of Warhammer 40K battle reports. And I'm thinking like each player has their own little avatar that comes to life once they paint it. Like, let's say someone has their own Gaskell on their shoulder, or someone has their own Rabute Gilliman, or their own like Abaddon. Someone has like an Eldari, and then we can totally just go with typecasting, and people are like the armies they play. It just would be such a funny Yu-Gi-Oh-ish parody, but with battle reports.
You see, the more you talk about it, the more I want like some sort of anime representation for Warhammer. I think it's just so fun.
There we go. You see what we're doing? We're talking about gold, baby. It's gold, and it is gold.
Right.
I mean, as far as I can go, it's just voice acting in Japanese and shouting like anime phrases.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I rolled 5 5s, daka daka daka, and then the other person is like, no. Like whenever here's the thing: if I ever play a Yu-Gi-Oh game, I swear to God, if someone like does damage, I'm gonna do this right here. I'm like, ding, like I'm taking damage because I saw someone do that. Anyone see that video where that dude's like, ding, and he looked like he took a hit or something? He's like, oh, like he got shot, and then he's like,
anime in real life. Anime in real life.
I love it when people do that, man. I saw this dude. He's like, now I throw 3 cards face down, and he does it so dramatically. And he goes, and now I activate this card, and he does this. He puts it on his head and then raises it and then puts it down. And it's like, oh my God, he's the best of us, my hero. It's just so he's our Lord and Savior. Because nowadays, nerds don't take themselves, we don't take it too seriously anymore. We made fun of the kid who does, Agent Nagash knows who I'm talking about. We used to make fun of the kids who do Naruto running, but now we just don't give a shit. We just do it for fun. We just do it for fun. We don't care anymore. And that's how it is with people who play it. They purposely do it all dramatic because it's funny and then everyone enjoys it. Yeah. No one gives a shit. No one's going to walk by and be like, wow, really, whatever. And if someone did, they would get dogpiled quick. Like, oh my God, how great would that be? Because sometimes battle reports get super crazy. That's why people love the game, because that roll of the dice creates crazy, crazy moments. And that's what I want. That's the peak of what I want to give to all ages of Warhammer is one of the best battle reports on the internet. That's my dream. That's my goal for that. But what also comes with it is my painting videos, my reaction videos to hobby stuff, and of course my Let's Play videos of various games. I know I'm currently editing a DACA Squadrons video, and that'll go up after my other paint video goes in. But after that, I'm going to play Dawn of War 2 and do some with that and say, hey, what other games do you guys want me to play? Because I'm also going to do Warhammer Total War and Warhammer.
If you're doing Warhammer Total War, hit us up on that. Seriously, it's Warhammer Total War.
It seems
Agent
like
Agent Nagash knows quite well.
I'm just going to have to start doing it guest by guest, huh? Because at first it was just my brother. I'm like, my brother's gonna do this with me. Yeah. And I think he'll be the first one I do. Yeah. But I think as more videos come out from Warhammer Total War, I think I'll see if I can get a new guest every time. Hell, I might see if I can reach out to Major Kill and get that done, because I know I want to reach out to him and actually have him on a podcast. But yeah, hey, have you guys heard of Major Kill? Have y'all seen Major Kill?
No, what's that?
Not personally.
Major Kill, he's kind of sort of controversial. It's just he says a lot of edgy jokes. His stuff is very provocative, and there are some people who make content who just act like he doesn't exist because of it, because they're worried about their image, and I don't think that's right. I think the dude is from Australia. He's just shooting the shit. He's talking shit and just having fun with it. He's not taking himself too seriously, and I just don't like the fact that people act like he's either like a super asshole or just avoid him altogether just to cover their own ass. It's like, nah, dude, whatever. And I'd love to talk to him about that. Oh my god. Chris!
You enjoyed it.
Tell me?
He enjoyed it.
He's full of shit. Don't listen to him. Oh my god. But yeah, I guess I'll just get more. Welcome back, Paul. I'll just get more guests. But yeah, same with Vermintide. But me and my buddy Matt, who's called Matt because we have our own Matt.
There's one in every group.
There's one in every group, and we're both going to be playing Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide, and that's going to be our Let's Play series for all ages of Warhammer.
That's cool.
Dark Tide, is that the new one coming out? The Vermintide?
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. So there's a lot of content coming out for all ages of Warhammer. There's going to be reactions. There's going to be Let's Plays. Yes, yes, I have. But here's the thing, though. If I play against Christian, I'm not locked in there with him. He's going to be locked in there with me. Eyebrow raise, wink, 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 nudge, nudge.
Oh, it's like Vermintide as well. Yeah, Vermintide's great. And again,
Vermintide's fun. I enjoy it.
And what's great about Vermintide is you can have more than one guest.
Yeah, exactly that.
Probably same with Dark Tide. Matt might not be the only one. So I think that would be super cool. And that's what's coming to the channel. Painting videos, hobby videos, reaction videos, gameplay videos.
Sure, right. So this is obviously going to be a lot of content, right? So in terms of the all ages geek, is it just yourself at this moment in time who's very invested into the Warhammer, or have you got other folks on that channel as well?
No, so far it's just me. I'm the one who's starting it, but I'm sure we'll end up getting more. Yeah. Do you guys know Miniature Apothecary on Twitter?
No.
Mini Apothecary?
Recently started using Twitter, so.
Okay. There's a gentleman called Mini Apothecary, and he's very interactive with the Warhammer community. Yeah. And all he focuses on is hobby positivity, hobby health. He's interactive and leads with such a good example. And he helps with All Ages of Geek because every Wednesday we make social media posts that are aimed at Warhammer Wednesday. So every Wednesday we make a Warhammer related post, and he's helping us out with that by retweeting it and tagging us with a few things. Same with another gentleman by the name of Steele. And, so far people in the hobby are helping us out. And at that point, I want to approach him and see if he actually wants, especially when it gets bigger, and we'll be able to do something with that. But I do want to see if you ever wanted to do more or even work with us. But yeah, eventually I'll be looking to branch more out as far as Warhammer and find more hosts with Warhammer, because the plan is at some point All Ages of Geek is going to have separate channels. One of them is All Ages of Geek Reacts, which is more focused on like anime reactions, and then I'm on the main channel for All Ages of Warhammer. But as All Ages of Warhammer starts doing really, really well, then now All Ages of Warhammer is going to branch out into its own channel. So then now an affiliate channel of All Ages of Geek will now be All Ages of Warhammer. So whenever that happens and I branch out into a new channel and that channel just focuses on the Warhammer content, that's pretty much where I need to go out and start finding a team of other creators, you know, to make content or to assist with content. You know, because right now we're All Ages of Geek, even though we have more of a platform, it's just a small group of a core team doing these pretty amazing ass things. And I'm surrounded by very, very hardworking people. The founders of All Ages of Geek are Kat and Tat, and it started with just these two girls, and they ended up turning it into this business, and they ended up turning it into this company that is becoming more and more and more. And with the focus on interactivity and on helping other channels and other creators and shining a light in fandoms. So whenever I have my own Patreon, and it's like, you know, join the movement, join us across on our journey across the fandoms, like the Emperor and the Great Crusade, you know, and that's what we're doing. We're going fandom by fandom, just spreading positivity. That's what All Ages of Geek is about. Interactivity, positivity, all of that, because we're just geeks of all ages. And there are anime geeks, gaming geeks, and hobby geeks. And that's who I am, and that's what I'm bringing, because I know I can help the channel and I can bring something to the table. And I think Warhammer is the perfect thing. I really do. There is a market for it. There's an audience for it. It's you don't have to stress about negativity or pushback, you know, or that much pushback because of how good of a community it is. I think it's just something to work with, and not only that, it is one of the most unique fandoms to host, because it's literally a fandom that you can interact with on a level that others can't. You know. Hence, many of the week, we can't show off how other people reacted to an anime or to a show or how they played a game, you know, but we can show other people's work who submitted it to us, and now they are actively participating in these videos that come out because they get shown off at the end. And there's going to be a point to where there's going to be so many submissions that we'll straight up just make videos of just going through the submissions, you know? And that's a level of interactivity with Warhammer that we don't get, you know? Like, it's so much easier to do collaborations with Warhammer YouTube channels than other channals. It's really so much easier because y'all can sit down in both hobby. Y'all can have like a painting competition. Y'all can play a Warhammer game together. Like, it's just so easy. It's very, very easy, and I'm very lucky. And I'm twice as lucky because I have a platform to make this content. I don't have to start from scratch. And that stuff really humbles me, you know? And it's like, yeah, I worked hard and I put in the work and I got the views for it, but I have something that a lot of people don't have. And that's a strong starting point. And that's why I need to put my best foot forward, and I need to make sure that I make it count. And I help out others who weren't in the position I was in, you know, because I can put in as much effort and make a video better than the next guy. But if one person has a platform and you don't, let's be real, you have an advantage where they don't. And it's simply just not fair. It's not fair. You know, I made a 30-minute video on my phone, all that lower quality. And then I have my friend Adam, who makes these amazing high-quality vlogs, and I made twice as much views than him. You know, that's a crime to me. You know, and it's like, okay, now that I'm in this position, I need to start helping other people out. I need to start shining a light on these other creators and these other people who are putting their passion into the hobby. Because guess what? Whether it's with a model, whether it's with painting, or whether it's making content, one thing is a constant, and that is putting time, effort, dedication, and love into your work.
Yeah. How
can you not be romantic about that? How can you not want to put as many eyes as you want on someone when you see that? You know, when on Steve Gallen's channel, The Drunken Orc, he's the first guy who's going to be on Mini of the Week. Yeah. And I have some text pointing at his subscriber count, which is 200 some odd subscribers. And the text literally says, "What the fuck? Fix this. Fix it.
Like it.
Go subscribe." No, sir.
Well,
go subscribe to him.
Like you were saying there around the whole aspect of like other YouTubers, because again, we were brand new to the game as well, we still are, and like the likes of Agent Nagash, he's been doing it for around about 3 years, 4 years. Corrects me if I'm wrong, Agent Nagash, but I think it's around about that. And then this other guy, 2+ Tough. Again, he's been doing it for 5, 6 years, and straight away these guys were so helpful, like pointers, all this other stuff as well. Welcomed us onto their channels, and obviously reciprocated, of course. It's just the community, the YouTube community is just so friendly, so approachable, and there's no like, oh no, I'm not gonna share this channel over here or this channel over there. It's basically we're like, awesome guys, go check them out. So make sure you like it.
Because of that support system, because we're all fighting, we all have the same enemy. We all have the same enemy, and that's the YouTube algorithm. Yeah. The YouTube algorithm is the enemy. And possibly. I think we're very safe in our field, in our niche, which is Warhammer, because dude, clout is like currency to some people, man. And it gets very toxic, and people will kiss your ass and pretend to be your friend. And when they get the clout they need from you, they piss right off. They piss right off. And then what are you left with? And you feel like an idiot, and you think you made a friend when in reality they were just kissing your ass and hyping you up. And once they got what they needed, they're gone. But that doesn't happen here. Why? Because we're not doing anything different than we were doing before. We're still making content. We're still doing hobby stuff, and because it's simply a byproduct of the Warhammer hobby that we talked about earlier. Showing your work, showing off other people's work, and praising it. And that reflects in the YouTube hobby and in the YouTube work with Warhammer, and that's what All Ages of Geek does. That's what we do. We throw that up there. And if we're the first ones, and here's the thing, if we're the first ones to reach out to someone to help them grow their channel, we don't have to worry about them screwing us over, because they're not the ones coming to us. They're not the ones kissing our ass. We're coming to them because that's what we want to do. So now we have that control, and it's safer for us, And the thing is that I'm me personally. If you work with me and you just get clout and then you walk away, it's not going to bother me one bit. Personally, straight up, I'm not going to give a shit. All right? Because one, we ended up getting something out of it, and two, if I need, my time is precious, and I'm going to spend my time with people who want to work with me, and those who really don't want to work with me, they're not the people I want to work with, man.
No,
not
sure.
I'm going to want to work with. So if you're just using me for clout, then go ahead, take your cash and piss right off. I don't care. I don't have to chase.
I can get that. Yeah.
I do my work, and I wait for the clout to come to me. I don't need you to do the clout. I do my work, and I do my work designed to make clout, but it doesn't involve other people. It involves me in my work. And obviously you need help when doing these type of things, and everyone does, and everyone needs assistance, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like whenever other YouTubers do that, and some people just want clout, and it's like, you know what? If you want clout, then you can go ahead and take it. But you know, you're only giving yourself one payday of clout. You know, 'cause what's going to happen if you want to come back?
Yeah.
No,
I can
you're
fully
going to
appreciate
ghosted,
that.
my guy. You know, and eventually, people who chase clout like that, and people who try and chase views and success in that manner, they're on used time, man. They're on used time, because eventually that will run out and they'll have just themselves.
Yeah.
But then you have guys like Voldemort, guys who are humble and who are kind and who and you just feel so protective of them. It's like everyone throws Voldemort gets so much views because everyone just gets in line to put him in front of the screen. Because like, this is a nice guy. This is a great guy. He does good, honest work, and he does it well. Go watch him. And the thing is when you become kind of like, it comes back with Sanguinius, man. When you become that person that has humility and all that, and you're just in for, and like you guys, you are in it because you love it.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna come to you. I mean, look at what's happening right now. It did.
Well, I mean, we looked at what we wanted, and basically, when we first started off this YouTube journey, it was pretty much me and Matt discussed it. What is it we both enjoy doing? What aspects of the hobby do we enjoy doing? And then let's go for it.
Yeah. Paul, to definitely address that, I don't make my videos solely for the purpose of the YouTube algorithm, but I design my videos to cater to the YouTube algorithm because I know that if I do these things and follow these rules, it will lead to more views. But I don't make my content just for views. You know, you're right. You make your content based on how you like it and how you love it. But for me, because I know a goal of mine is to continue to create more views and to generate a larger audience, the reality is if you want to do that, you need to design your videos to cater to the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, they won't promote your videos and no one will see your videos. So you need to have something where viewers click on it, which is why thumbnails are important, and what keeps them there and what makes people stay. If you make your videos just those two rules, that's all the advice I would give people who are trying to make a YouTube channel. You know, don't lose your identity trying to chase the YouTube algorithm. Stick with who you are and what your content is. But if you want to get more views, if you want to get a larger audience, then the reality is there are certain rules you have to follow to cater to the YouTube algorithm.
It's the platform we're on, right? So it's
the truth. It's like, you know, you can't get paid if you don't work, you know, and people often lose themselves to try and cater the YouTube algorithm. It's kind of like those who really are like Mr. Beast. He's trapped in a place where he has to top himself every single time. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And this is where Paul's advice comes in, where you find that balance. And now you get your views, you get your audience, and you get all of that. But you don't have to worry about topping yourself because it's your identity. You only sprinkle little bits and pieces that cater to the YouTube algorithm, but you don't dedicate everything into it because you could, and you could end up doing really well. But then if you do it again, you'd have to do it again and again and again and again and again, and that's not good. But when you keep to yourself and your identity and you sprinkle little things here to carry the YouTube algorithm, like saying like and subscribe, you know, like I know it makes you feel stupid, but if you want that little extra inch, go ahead and say it. Go ahead and put something up there. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want,
I think it's expected these days as well. I mean, everyone has.
I don't think there's shame in it. Because I'll tell you something. If your audience is shaming you, the person who's successful on YouTube sure as hell isn't. You know, and it's, for example, I would say in the first 10 seconds of my next video, I say, don't go anywhere. You know, I actively tell the audience to stay put. And then I have the intro, I have the hook, I paint a death judge for the very first time, and you have a special surprise. So don't go anywhere. Welcome to All Ages of Warhammer. Bam, intro, done. And then now move on to me talking about what I'm going to be painting. And once that's done, bam, moving on, we're in the painting process. Now, how do I hold attention while in the painting process? I commentate over it. I talk about it. You know, here's what I'm doing here, here, and here, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And the painting process doesn't take that long either. And then after that, it's the closing dialogue. And then when I keep them there, I say, all right, I promise you a surprise. Here it is. And all ages of you have many of the week. So it's beat by beat by beat. But I have that balance. I like it because I like how the video came out. I like what I was doing. It's me, but at the same time, I can make it in a way that's designed to cater to the YouTube algorithm. That way you want to focus. That way that focus is on getting your video promoted. In fact, I would actually say don't focus on catering to YouTube algorithm to get views. Cater to the YouTube algorithm to get your work promoted. Because that sounds a lot better than we're trying to get views. Yeah, that sounds kind of icky when it comes out, but it sounds more pure when you're saying we want to get more promotion, we want to get more press, we want to get more exposure. You know, I mean, I think I feel pretty safe saying that Dice Saga wants to get more exposure. Dice Saga.
I mean, at the same time, we really enjoy what we do, but at the same time, of course, it's part and part. That's why we want the community to build and everything. So we love the engagement. That's the whole aspect and point.
Yeah, and the thing is that even then, you still don't really have to, because I mean, the only reason you do that is just so you can put it in front of people's faces, and then people. And here's the thing: if you guys got promoted, regardless of how you filmed it, regardless if you made it to cater to the YouTube algorithm, even if you did everything against what YouTube wants you to do and what YouTube would promote it, if your video got promoted anyway, you would still get thousands and thousands of views, dude. There's thousands and thousands of people out there who would want to see exactly what you're making. You know, that's why I say it's not the creator's fault that their videos don't get a certain amount of views or exposure. It's fucking YouTube, you know, because they think they know what people want to watch, and they don't. They don't, because people want to watch the stuff y'all put out, but YouTube doesn't think so, so it doesn't promote it, which is stupid. But then again, now that I realize that I'm kind of going off, I'm like, oh, what's YouTube gonna do with this video now? So it's like I didn't stop to think about that, but it's like Paul brings up a good point. You know, you guys bring up a good point. Y'all do this because y'all are passionate about it. And here's the thing: what YouTube can't control is audience loyalty, and it's like who you are and what you put out will always get people to come back, regardless of whatever bullshit rule YouTube puts out there. No, you know, sure. Now I'm like, watch, this one's gonna get like 2 views because YouTube is like mad.
Yeah, exactly.
YouTube tweets.
Oh my god! But it's like, you know, but it's all a matter of essentially summing it up. It's not about views. It's about your work, and if you want to build it, the focus is just on it being promoted, not on clout or views or anything like that. And when you find that balance to where you keep your identity and who you are, and you hold that, you'll get plenty of exposure. You don't have to try that hard, and plenty of people will see it and like it and stay. You know, because it's true, it's right. Because when I see someone and all they talk about is just trying to get views, and that's their only focus, because if you do YouTube for the sake just because you want to get views, you want to get popular, you want to do that, you could still make it work, but you're not going to really feel it. You're not going to feel that sense of accomplishment, because you're always going to want more and more and more, and it'll never be enough. But when you're like, I want to put something I'm passionate about on there, you're going to love what you put out there no matter what happens, man. Because I know when I talk about my work, because I know I'm talking about catering to the YouTube algorithm, this and that, but truthfully, despite what I've done to cater to the YouTube algorithm, I don't give a shit how many views my video gets. I put my effort into it. I am very, very proud of it. And I will be proud of it when I upload it. I will be proud of it after it gets uploaded. And I will always be proud of it because it's my work and it's my special work. And that's what matters, and that's how you make it. You make it because you have the passion for it. Just like with Warhammer, you have the passion for it. Because if you don't have the passion for it, it's not gonna last, homeboy.
No.
It's not gonna last. You guys have a passion for this. That's why you guys are gonna make it. You know?
Yeah.
Because if you guys only did this for views, sure, you get views and viewers, but the special, what's really special will be missing, and that will make all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just talking about like kind of the black and white of what people.
No, I get that fully, yeah. Because obviously, each channel has their own obviously purposes, reasons, and obviously their own community. Well, for instance, our community is like Paul said, it's like ours is kind of like narrative, so it's like a niche within a niche, kind of. So
and people like that.
Yeah, but this is it. At the same time, though, we've got like obviously a campaign map and other stuff that on the go that's in the works in the background. People are going to be like we're going to have events going on where people will be like having their battles, and that their battles will cater and matter within the actual pocket realm itself, and all that kind of stuff. So that's the kind of thing we're going for, like gradually in time. And we've also got these other group of guys actually in Thailand, and they're working on some battle reports and other stuff at this moment in time, which would impact that would then impact on the Ember Isles on our pocket realm as well. Yeah. So it's just there's so many things that can go on, that will happen, and this is why not only do we want obviously the guys who obviously if, coming over and talking, interacting with us obviously a lot, which is great, to grow, so we can get everyone together within this, like these battles, these stories, these epic moments being told, and their characters and lore and everything being told. It's because then it's just a massive sharing experience, and that's what we're here for. So.
And you know something? Here's my counter to me saying all that. Voldemort's Guide to Warhammer gets so many views, but he literally doesn't do anything that I talked about that caters to the YouTube algorithm, and yet people come and see him. He gets so many views. Why is that? Because it's the same reason you guys do it. It's the same reason why you guys will. And that's my counter for that. Voldemort didn't do it, yet he's a success. And he's a success because he loves what he does. He's a kind man, and people love what he puts out because he puts them out. He just has images, and it's just a voice, not this quick hook, not this moving on, not like today I'm gonna blah 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 and this and that. No, he is just reading out lore. He writes his own stories. These videos are 20, 30 minutes, videos that shouldn't hold people's attention, yet we're there because we're there to see him and we're there to hear him. Yeah. Because he likes it and he loves it. So that's my counter with that, because he doesn't do anything to cater to the YouTube algorithm, and yet he gets all those views. Yeah. That's why passion, before any of this algorithm rule bullshit, passion and hard work is the golden rule. Every time, all the time. No matter what it is, no matter what computer numbers run your way, you can't do that. You can't match that. You can't beat that ever.
It should be like that, shouldn't it?
The world is run by people, not by numbers. So yeah, that's a quick lesson. Yeah, it's like you can do this, but you don't have to. It's very encouraging.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, it does sound like you've got a big project in front of you as well with this, all ages as well with this Warhammer aspect.
Yeah, because I'm creating a lot of content.
It's exciting times, but
yeah, it's very exciting. I'm creating a lot of content. I'm doing a lot of interviews. Yeah, it's just so much I'm doing, man. There's just so much, and the thing is it doesn't really stress me. I'm not stressed about it. I'm excited for it. What stresses me is how slowly it's taken for me to bring it out. Because even though I'm catching up on my backlog and I'm gonna be ahead of schedule by the time the next video comes out, it's just like it's so frustrating because I want people to see it already. I want it to be a thing already, you know. But once it happens, you know, the pressure, it excites me.
Yeah.
It really does. It really does excite me, you know. And it's just another challenge, and it's another opportunity. And if I wasn't ready to face it, then what are we doing? What am I doing here? What are we doing here? You know, we're ready to take on the next challenge. We're ready to take on a new influx of views and of people.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say on top of that. I was going to say on top of that, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I've almost finished my Iron Blaster, so.
Show it to us.
So
show us.
Okay, so this is the little creature that's pulling it.
Oh snap!
Oh, he's cute.
That's so cool. He's cute. Yep.
Yeah, Matt, you won't be saying that soon enough. And then we got this on the go at the moment, the wagon that he pulls.
Cool.
Oh my god.
So we've got
what the hell? That's so cool.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of details to paint on this, which I'm actually looking forward to. It looks quite a fun project.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to jump on contrast paints?
There's even more than what I even expected that I'm looking forward to. Hell, I'm looking forward to getting a message from you guys. Hey, we have a couple lines from you. You know, are you down? And the only thing you'll hear is, I take off. Let's go.
Exactly that.
Definitely want to have like an orc army going now then.
Yeah, now you guys have an incentive to get an orc army in there because orcs, people like orcs, man. People like orcs.
They do.
I notice. I always look around and look at the videos, and I go, a video that talks about orcs, a video that talks about Eldar, a video that talks about Space Marines, and you know what I've noticed?
People are just drawn to orcs, I guess.
The orcs ones always end up doing more numbers than the non-orc ones, and I'm like, that's not surprising in the slightest. With all this techie knowledgey thingies, these orcs. Whoa. When you say the war, you bring the toid.
I'll tell you what, we need to get that orc warband, war cry warband, Matt.
Oh yeah, we could.
That's it. Because here's the thing. I'm one of those players, man. I will make orc sounds. And I don't give a shit if you're on the other end of the board, like, oh, one of those. I'm like, you better fucking believe I'm one of those.
One of those guys.
You better get ready to lose to one of those. Let's rock and roll. Whether I lose or I win, they're about to be an ass whoop I'm about to put on your lap, baby. Let's go. Because that's how orcs are. Orcs don't give a shit if they lose. No. Orcs don't care.
They just want to fight.
They'll whoop your ass either way. And that's how it is. Yep, a good scrap. That's all that matters. Here we go. I got a boy done, a Chapo boy.
Oh,
boom.
How many have you got of those then?
How many what?
How many orc boys do you have in your army?
Let me go and grab them.
Oh.
Yeah, because they're all right here on this bookshelf I have.
Oh yeah, fair.
In fact, let me do something a lot easier. Let me just grab the camera and I'll point it at it. I'll just grab the camera and I'll point it at it. Yeah, I'll take y'all on a journey. Here we go. Full screen me, baby.
There we go.
Here are our orcs. Here are the shooters. Move the light. So here's the shooter knob. Here are the shooter boys.
Nice.
I made one blue at the request of Kat, the founder of All Ages a Geek.
Nice.
And there's a purple one here somewhere, and that was at the request of the co-founder, Tat. And what's so funny is whenever I got that out, she caught on to the... Can you guys hear me, by the way? Because I'm away from
yeah.
Okay. She caught on to the whole purple and orcs deal. So I'm like, here's your orc. And you know what she said?
Go.
She said, I don't see anything.
Huh?
I was like, oh my God. Yep, she's learning. She was learning. Yeah, these are the first orc models I painted. That first video I have on the channel is me painting these very boys.
That's cool.
The first Warhammer video I have. And here is Gaskell.
Oh dear
He's
lord.
not painted, but
such
he's
a
the
good
next
model.
project.
He's the big boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, such a good model.
Oh, yeah. But
Didn't he win like model of the year or something?
Oh, no doubt. But these are the boys. Here are the the shooter boys right here. But that's all the orcs I have, other than the ones I already showed you too.
No, that's cool.
You know,
How long did it take you to get those done?
Actually, it took me like a full day to just paint all of them like that. I think 2 days.
Not bad.
That was
That's
it.
not bad at all.
2 days, and that was it. And after that, and then I filmed it, and that was it. And you can watch the video with me painting those boys that are on the bookshelf. But now there's just a new set of boys that I'm painting, and I'm putting these together with you guys because I know I'll have my own stream where I'm painting.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to do that, and I think it's going to be great. But yeah, I'm new to the painting part. So that's why I'm so surprised when I do work that I'm proud of. I'm like, no, we skipped a couple steps. we're is this right? I'm turning around and being like, huh? You know, but I consider myself very lucky. You know, I'm very proud of the progress I've made in the time I've been painting.
You should be. I think it's really good for if you've not painted before.
Yeah.
The only time I ever painted was like 2 Space Marines back when Battle for Macrae box set. That's it. That's all I've had. And now all the painting I've done now is what I've been doing just this past year. That's it. You know, and the thing is there was even a gap from the first video I painted in painting and the video now, because I actually ended up having almost a 4 or 5 month hiatus, because that video came out in 2020. Whoa!
I knew you'd love that.
Baby.
I didn't want to put it on purpose.
You baited me, and I took the bait. That's how it is, man. Orc hype all day. You know what I want to do? I want to go to like a competition, and I'll be like, "These are the orcs. Let me tell y'all something. We're about to let the whole fucking building know we're here." And then I'm gonna get all the orc players to do a big old whoa.
I like it.
I go, when you're up on that field and you end up winning the game, I want you to go whoa. And then when you hear your fellow orc player give out that war cry, you join them. And every time an orc player wins out of the group in a competition, everyone in the building fucking knows it.
It's actually so cool. That's such a cool idea.
If we all didn't get kicked out
Well, yeah.
for making too much noise.
Very true.
Assuming we don't get kicked out, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be super awesome. But yeah, man, I love all that. And that's all the painting I've done. And
it's impressive, though, to be honest. I mean, I remember my first miniatures of Sleep. Well, then again, there was a bit of an age difference. I mean, I was around about 12, 13. But at the same time, though, there was a long period where I just went without painting completely. Just had an army of, sea of grey. And it's only really since I had many fancy armies, and then probably painted about 2 out of like 6 I had. And with AOS, though, every army is painted, just because I'm really, obviously not just for the channel, but I've just got so much more out of my painting now as well. So I just love it.
I love the Aurochs from Age of Sigmar, man. I wanted to kit bash. Yeah. I wanted to kit bash the Aurochs with my orc knobs from 40K.
Or the brutes. Yeah.
Yeah. God, man. Yeah, they're just so like the Age of Sigmar orcs are just such sexy models, man. They're so good.
For sure.
Because my favorite model, you don't even see the orc's face, man. It's just a freaking helmet. It's a jaw and it's a helmet. You don't even see the orc's face, and I think that's badass. You know what I mean? But
no, for sure.
That's one of the things I liked about it. They were straight up armored to the teeth. And that's what I want, like an orc knob who has a helmet like that. That would be super badass. You know, so I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm so excited for tomorrow, man. You guys know that famous GIF where Vince McMahon is looking at something and it ends with him rolling his eyes and falling out of his seat? That's going to be me tomorrow. Verbatim. Easy. Verbatim.
Each reveal is just like,
whoa, ah. This is gonna be fucking crazy, man. It's gonna be so. I'll tell you what. When that gets uploaded, that's definitely gonna get the most views because I'm gonna be the most crazy. Like, this guy's obviously faking. He's exaggerating. It's like, no, it's orcs. It's my. I'm gonna end up by the time it's done. Right? It's like, unfortunately, you gets is gonna have to deal with this right here, cause I still have more energy from that other stream thing. It's just it pent up. It will go away, maybe, but it will go away. It's just a side effect from yesterday. That war energy, it just seeps out. It's kind of like when you need to pee after drinking too much. The more you pee, the more sober you get. So the more war energy seeps out, the more normal I get. But until then, I was just filled with war energy.
I'm assuming you're reading from scripts right now, or is that just...
Well, hell no. I'm just going straight off my head.
No, I was joking.
There we go. Yeah, see? Your joke went right over my head. What's you talking about?
British sarcasm is what it is.
What's this sarcasm thingy?
Exactly.
Zorg! I know, because I want to learn how to edit an effect where I kind of like make it all super choppy to where you can see like the white noise, the color. You know how like when the color and the audio kind of doesn't fit and you see like the white noise in the back and it looks ugly. But I want to do that, but tint it green and then make my eyes flash red and just blue is lucky. And just have moments like that. Because there's a moment in DACA Squadrons where I'm talking about the Death Skulls. And I'm like, the Death Skulls thing, blue is lucky. And I start talking about it. I go, let me tell you something. Let me tell you about the whole blue is lucky thing. How do you think the Ultramarines got as far as they did? Blue is lucky! That's how. The answer was right in front of our face the whole time. That's why they're the poster boys. That's why they always win. Because blue is lucky. They get lucky. That's the answer. Oh my god.
Right, so role-playing during the game, it can be quite fun for narrative players. Though I don't think I personally could voice my Slanesh demons. Maybe I could get my wife to do it. I could probably do my city though.
Oh honestly, man, I would lose badly. If I was playing okay, I don't have a girlfriend now, I'm single. But if I was playing with a partner,
advertising.
If I was playing with a partner and she started playing Slanesh and tried to voice act it authentically. Oh shit. I ain't gonna lie, we probably wouldn't even finish the game.
Hurt me more.
Because Slanesh would claim the victory that day. Okay, moving on.
In the end, everyone wins though.
Oh shit.
Love it.
No kidding. Oh my god. My friends are gonna see this and be like, Sean, what did you say? I'm like, look. I'm not saying I lost to Slanesh, but I lost to Slanesh. Sometimes it happens. What can you do? Surrender and go to horny jail, I guess. Whatever. So funny. Oh man, super clever. And I like these boys I put together right sure. Good stuff.
Sure.
Now I think like I need to get like the booklet to make mega armored knobs because that's what I need to do now.
Yeah.
Mega Arbor Knobs, because I haven't done that yet, and I do want to do that.
Well, boys,
wanna do
I
that.
need to get to sleep. Actually, I have work in the morning.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah,
one.
well, I was. Yeah, no worries. I was going to say it's been our longest stream yet, I think. So.
Oh, really? It kind of just happened like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's been 3.5 hours almost.
Has it?
The longest stream on record. Let it be known that we hold the record for the length.
Too right.
And we ended it on a fucking Slaanesh.
Slaanesh
joke, dog.
Longest indeed.
Yes, longest indeed.
Oh, damn.
Oh, well, I'm just going to... Oh, here we go, Nagash.
Yeah? Take us out, man.
Cheers, mate.
Take us out. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by, and obviously for those who will be watching, obviously after the live stream, if you like the content, obviously drop a like, and obviously comments with your obviously feedback, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah,
feed the chaos algorithm gods with your comments and sacrifices.
And there you go. Beautiful, Sean. Beautiful.
Yep.
And thank you very much for coming and enjoying the hobby experience with us. So thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
And let the dice tell the story.
Let the dice tell the story. Thank you, guys. Wonderful.